Welcome back to the Cyber Shindig podcast, everybody. We hope you had a great week. It's been a wild one for your boy here. Probably same with Mike, right?
Super wild. Walmart trips all week.
Oh, super wild, crazy week time, baby.
Yeah.
You know what it is. And a great start to the podcast. Guys, it's episode 20 freaking 2. Double deuce. 22, baby.
Nice.
You like that?
I'm impressed.
Pulling out my Spanish. I had to really dig deep for that
all
one.
4 years that you had.
All 4 years. Most of them I cheated through, as most of our listeners know. But you know how it is. You know how you got to do it in college. You know?
Oh, college? I thought you were talking about high school.
No, dude, I didn't cheat in high school. That's why I got a D in most of my Spanish courses. I finally figured out how to cheat a little bit in college and got some good grades for once.
Nice. Calculated.
Exactly. Your boy's paying for it out of pocket, so I got to get those grades.
That's when it matters.
Buddy. Yeah, hell yeah, exactly. Guys, we hope you had a great week. Thank you for listening to the past episodes. I hope you are enjoying them. Yeah, it's been a pretty chill week, honestly, for me. I mean, not a whole lot's been going on as far as my week. A lot of stuff's been going on in the news. Me and Mike were talking about this before the podcast, kind of laying out what we were going to talk about, and we've got a cool little current events section lined up, I think, in the middle of the show for you guys.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Right. Yeah, there's all sorts of... It goes from everything from, like, our small town that we live in to, like... I don't know, like national news.
Yeah.
You know, that shit that really...
It's all in this week, too, it seems like.
Dude, isn't that weird?
That is weird.
It seems like
it happens all at once.
So much stuff happened.
Yeah, and then
like,
you don't hear anything for like a month.
It's like
it's like, boom, Christmas is canceled.
Yeah, what up?
Fuck you, Christmas.
Santa died.
Santa died.
He's not coming back this year.
Guys, Johnny's sister was showing me this video where this lady was like flying up over these houses and she was just dropping presents for the kids.
She's the real Santa, actually. She's the summer Santa Claus.
That's wild, man.
Kim was at a birthday party for her nephew, they were at it was like a kid's birthday party, like a 3-year-old birthday party or whatever. And I guess there's a lady in town here that has one of those like it's a big freaking like parachute, and then it's like a small engine on the back with a rotor.
Yeah, it always looked like a go-kart.
It's
that, like,
honestly
flew
what it is, I think, pretty much. It's like a go-kart chassis or body and a big fan on the back, and you get going, and it gets up in the air, and it's like a single person.
That's wild.
And
to
she
me.
was just she drives around in the summer, looks for kids, and drops off gifts to them, like plush dolls and like little stuffed toys and shit like that.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
I just think that's crazy, man. That's so cool. Like,
I'm going to start doing
why
that.
isn't the news covering this?
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm going to start doing that with Coors Light.
Now, here's the thing, though. I think it's cool when a woman does it, but like if a man does it, then it takes a turn.
I'm up there with like a camera and a huge zoom lens.
Oh, my God.
Looking for
You got telescopes like a pirate?
No, I might get the cops called on me then if I did that shit. No, I drop off Coors Light to all the people outside grilling. Drive by in the evenings and on weekends.
You knock a few people out, probably.
Whip a few full cans of beer at people grilling.
You drop a 12K.
Take this. There's a bunch of glass bottles.
Oh, shit.
Dropping it on cars and stuff.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez. Dude, so I haven't seen you since last weekend. What have you been doing this week, man? I didn't really hear from you too much, except for, I think, once this week I called you.
Yeah, when you called me. We'll get into that.
Yeah, that was a fun conversation.
This weekend was really like recovering from our camping trip, and I got struck by like some bad allergies this week. Like just going to work, a lot of people were out cutting their grass because we had that like cold spell last weekend.
Yeah.
So I've been feeling like miserable.
Really?
I feel like, and every time when I go to work, people are always like, Mike, why are you so crabby today? Or Mike, you seem like you're crap today. I'm like,
damn.
Thanks, guys. I'm feeling a little under the weather. I'm glad for your support.
That's like those backhanded compliments, you know what I mean? Or like those things that you just shouldn't say in the office.
Exactly. And you have to be nice.
Crabby today?
It's like, what if I came to you and been like, shit, you look like you're fucking
like,
just
I'd
dead.
Like, well, thanks, man, but I'll have a few beers. I'll be all right.
Yeah.
No, it's fucked up.
Yeah, so the whole week I was just...
What do they expect you to do after that? Be like, Mike, you're crabby today. You're like, thanks, man. That's going to make me feel so much better.
It's like,
you know what?
You know what? Now I'm not going to be crabby. Exactly. I'm all 100%.
You saying that just snapped me out of that mood, baby.
I was Waluigi and now I'm Mario. Exactly. Went from one extreme to the other.
Only you would fucking make that reference.
That's how I feel when I'm like crabby, angry, sick. I'm like, wah. Every someone's like, Mike, how you doing? Wah.
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 You're like constantly trying to steal a hot princess.
Yeah. Wah. But I have to be nice, so.
Yeah, I feel you.
So this week, I was kind of doing that, kind of trying to relax and what have you, recovering. Fun fact about Mallory and I, we watch a lot of Netflix, And Mallory's like, Mike, let's do something like a game or like a puzzle.
Cool.
And I was like, you know what? I'm feeling kind of rough. Like, a puzzle sounds nice.
That's actually, I'm not a huge fan of puzzles, but I would be like all about like playing games and stuff.
Mallory was too before we started.
Really?
So I used to do puzzles a lot back in the day when I was a kid.
You fucking would.
Yeah.
There's a
asshole.
certain type of people that actually enjoy doing puzzles. Not that it's a terrible thing to do.
It's
but
very zen.
There's other things you can do.
Yeah.
It is zen. It is a good way to relax.
Listen here. I played video games. I played Pokemon cards, and I did puzzles. Okay, I didn't have a lot going for me.
This is a fucking home run right there.
Shut the fuck up.
Pokemon cards and puzzles.
What can I say?
Oh, jeez.
Got to keep the double P's in
That's
my life.
hilarious.
So we start this puzzle.
You got a double P in your pants, probably.
So we start this puzzle, and it's a 1,000-piece puzzle. And I already
Damn.
know. I know.
What is it of?
It's Harry Potter.
Of course it is. Is it Mallory's?
Yeah, it's like the key scene in the Sorcerer's Stone where all
Oh.
these fucking keys are flying around.
That's
so
cool.
A lot of it's the same color. I'm like, okay, let's start. And I'm like giving directions. I'm like the manager. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you know what's
Mallory,
going on.
you get the corner pieces,
You're the
start
fucking-
getting the side pieces.
Yeah.
We're going to get this together. I'm going to color coordinate it. Everything's going to be
Jesus.
great. We're going to time this shit to see
You-
how long it takes you.
You take all the fun out of doing a puzzle, it
I
sounds
did.
like.
I did.
God damn. You and Kim, my oldest sister, should get together and have puzzle nights because
Heck
she's
yeah.
all about that.
I love it. I wanted to time and see how long it take. That didn't work out because I saw Mal. I had 2 tables set up, and I saw Mal doing like the corners. Like, how's it going? How's it going? I got my colors in this. She's like, not well.
Uh-oh.
I look over, and she seems like angry.
Oh,
so I'm
no.
like, Mal, let's change places. Like, I'm kind of colorblinded, so this was dumb to give me this job.
Right.
I'll do the corner pieces. So I go over and I'm doing the corner pieces, and about 20 minutes later, I look up at Mal, and she is like furious at these fucking jigsaw pieces.
Oh my God.
I'm like, Mal? And she's like, nothing's making sense.
She's like cramming them into spots where they don't fit.
She
like,
just, it was like stressing her out. And I understand because puzzles isn't something where it's like you two are working together. You
Yeah.
are, but you're not actively like
no. It's
working
not like a
with
team
one
building
another.
kind of thing.
Exactly.
It's more, I don't know, solo stuff, and then you can kind of collaborate once you get all your shit together.
Exactly. So I was like, I don't want to do this if it's going to upset you. And she's like, it's going to upset me. So
All
I'm
right.
like, fuck it, put it in the box. We'll stop it.
Let's
We
play
don't need
Scrabble.
to do this.
Get the
So we
Scrabble
went back
board
to
here.
Netflix.
Nice.
And we discovered, you know what? Some couples like to do puzzles. Mal and I, we like to watch Netflix, and that's
fair.
fine.
That's
Yeah.
completely fair.
So we went on a Netflix like binge
That was
this week into
when?
the weekend.
Oh, okay. So the whole week you guys
Yeah.
are just all about it, huh?
Yeah, we watched a lot of comedians, which I'll get into
Fuck
with you.
yeah, baby.
Because one of them I know you love. And I got into some other videos this weekend as well. The first one was Dragon Prince, and I would recommend it to you. It's like a kid's show.
Is it a cartoon?
It is a cartoon,
Okay.
but it is the same writers as Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Whoa, I'm in.
And it's great because a lot of the voice actors come back,
Okay.
and it's not apparent right away. I forgot to start our timer.
Oh, me too. Fuck.
Shit.
Oh, well.
We'll just add 5 minutes to it.
We can look at the GoPro, I guess, if we need to.
But a lot of voice actors come back, and you don't realize they're the voice actors.
Isn't that crazy?
Until like 3 episodes in, it's like, holy shit, that kind of sounds like Sokka from
Yeah.
Last Airbender. And I was like, that is Sokka from the. I was
Dummy.
Like, boom, boom, boom. Mind is blowing up
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh, my gosh.
So
That's
it was
cool.
It was really good. It's a really smart cartoon, and it's kind of dark. I was like, shit, this is for like Y7, it says, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, people are talking about killing kids,
Oh
and
my
like
God.
a dad dies
It's
pretty
on,
quickly.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It just came out this weekend. Highly recommended.
What's it about? It's just about, is it a dragon-y kind of theme?
So
Or
it's
what?
about. I'll lay out a simple plot summary for you
Don't
fools.
spoil it, because I probably will watch
I
this
won't.
one, actually.
I won't at all. So the story is like humans and elves are separated,
Okay.
and the elves kicked out the humans because they discovered dark magic.
Ooh.
And the Dragon King is like patrolling this border, so the humans can't get back in, and the
Damn.
humans end up killing the Dragon King.
Oh, shit.
So the elves and the humans are like on the brink of war, and the princes discover this dark elf that's coming to assassinate their father.
Shit.
And they discover something huge in the secret basement. I'm not going to tell you what. And then they start like an adventure
Dragon
to like
egg.
try and maybe, I don't know. And they start this adventure to try and like get everybody back on the same.
They want
place.
to bring
like peace
to
yeah,
the
bring
world.
peace.
That way they're not fighting among races,
Yeah.
right?
But it's a really fucking good
That sounds
cartoon.
cool, man. It sounds kind of almost like the Avatar, a little bit.
It is.
Like
And
the premise.
the Avatar was also for like kids, but it had some dark like themes to it.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
And I think I only watched like up to 2 seasons of it, like not too long ago when you were talking to me about it.
Yeah.
Because Amazon Prime had it, I think.
Yeah,
but it only had the 2 seasons, and I think it cut out the other
I had
ones.
all of them for me, and I also watched it on Amazon Prime.
Sucks, man. I'm gonna have to go buy them somewhere.
You will.
Yep.
So
it's gonna happen.
Check out Dragon Prince. The other thing I watched was American Vandal. I watched that today.
Okay.
I watched the entire season today.
I've never heard of it.
American Vandal is it's beautiful, man.
What?
It's a documentary.
Oh, okay.
And it's almost spoofing documentaries.
So it's like what do they call that? Where it's
I don't know.
Fuck, what is that called? Satire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Very good.
Okay, that's it.
Satire.
Yeah, that's the
You're
word
right.
I was looking for.
But the first season is these kids interviewing a bunch of different people because there's a bunch of dicks drawn on the cars in the parking lot. And I'm like, fuck, Johnny was love that.
Yeah, dude, that's all me.
And they interview all these people because the kid who they blame didn't do it, and they're trying to figure out who did. So it's almost like a mystery.
That's cool.
The first season was really good, but I think the second one that I just watched was better. There is what
when did it come out? When did when did the first season come out?
Last year.
Last year?
And season 2 just came out. And the plot for that is they're at another school. They became big because American Vandal. It takes itself it sees itself as first person where, oh, we got signed up to Netflix and they were able to do this. It's shooting it to be in the real world.
Right.
But in the second season, so another school is hey, we have a similar situation. Come and help us. And this is great, Johnny. So the first season is there's the turd burglar.
Yeah, turd burglar. That's hilarious.
And it starts with everybody in the cafeteria shitting their pants.
What?
Someone put laxatives in the lemonade.
Is this a high school based?
Mm-hmm. It's high school.
Is it a comedy? It's a satirical documentary?
Yeah, and it's funny. It's so well done though. It looks professionally made.
That's
You're watching
awesome.
a documentary, but it's about a high school where all these kids are shitting their pantses, and it's very graphic.
No
Kids are
way.
shitting on the wall, and people are bent over in urinals trying to shit.
No
It's
way.
just the runs.
Who wrote this? I wonder who. Let me pull it up.
I don't
real
know.
quick.
Yeah, please.
Because I'm gonna pull up the what do you call the title for it?
Yeah, do it.
What's it called?
American Vandal.
Vandal.
And this season, I like it so much better because it focuses on social media and catfishing and
Cool.
all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm that's what we need to be talking about because that's what kids are doing. This
That's
is the
hilarious.
first generation that's doing this stuff. And
yeah, definitely with the internet. That's a big deal.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And that's pretty realistic. Let me see here. Okay, here's American Vandal. Let's see. Series writing credits. Seth Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one, I think. I don't know. I don't really know any of these people.
And you know what's nice too? All these actors, they look like they are in high school.
Yeah.
They don't take people who are fucking 40 years old.
Right, and repurpose them and whatever.
And it's this is Marcus. He's on the basketball team. It's no, he looks like he's 15.
He's not a 30-year-old
And there's
guy.
a turd burglar. You
That's
see him in
him?
his little trench coat.
Let me see this.
And the whole season is just trying to figure out who's the turd burglar.
Where is he?
And it's just so well done. It's smart and
Whoa,
it's funny.
sorry.
It's a good show. And I know Katie was also watching it because she put it on Instagram.
Who?
Katie.
Katie? Okay.
Mhm. And she was saying how it's brilliant. Check out the trailer.
Let me see. I'm just
a normal day. I don't know how else to describe it.
This chicken finger Monday.
Those things are damn good.
Going into that lunch, I knew something was off.
Uh-oh.
It didn't really hit me right away. And then it really hit me.
The lemonade was contaminated.
No way.
All of our students, they're all pooping.
Most of us just shit our pants right in front of everyone.
Oh my god,
Find a place where they could shit.
This was the worst thing I've
They're
seen
slipping.
in 20 years.
That's
Yeah.
Adam
It's all
Ray.
over
You know who that?
Adam Ray.
That's hilarious.
The brownout.
He's a comedian.
Brownout.
In April of 2016,
They follow their podcast follows us. That guy.
Really?
Yeah. Here, let
Dude,
me-
that's awesome.
let me
The
find-
cop?
Yeah.
He's only in it for the first
Oh, that's such a
2
bummer. He's
episodes.
so
I know.
fucking
He has a
funny.
big part in it.
Does he?
Oakland and I began shooting American Vandal.
See the dicks?
response has been
Oh
incredible.
my
But
god.
with all this attention came a lot of pressure on what kind of a case to take on next.
I'm contacting you because we have a vandal. He goes by the name the Turd Burglar.
That's hilarious. Oh my god, dude. I need to watch this.
Dude.
Why haven't I
it's
seen
great.
this?
And it's one of those series. It's dangerous because you fucking watch the first episode and it ends on a cliffhanger every episode. and you're like,
Damn.
fuck, what happens
It
next?
looks like a drama. It's like shot like a drama with like little aside like interviews, like a documentary almost.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
It's funny. I loved it.
I need to watch that.
Like I said, went through the whole thing.
Too cool.
But check it out, American Vandal. The other thing we did was watched a few comedians. Joe Rogan,
Nice.
which we were talking about. I watched his special called Triggered.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I thought he was funny.
He's funny.
I'd never seen his comedy stand-ups before.
He's not for everyone. His stand-up's a lot different than his podcast.
Yeah.
He's like he's pretty funny in his stand-up, but he's like, I don't know what it's his stand-up routine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but he's like genuinely funny
Mm-hmm.
in his podcast because he just says really funny. I mean, everything's off the cuff on a podcast, so you can really tell he's like an actually like really fucking funny guy.
Yeah. He's
Because
a good storyteller.
He is awesome.
Like, he
stories.
turned red, though, when he was running around, and he's like...
He's like
and he
screaming
makes-
and
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
He is nuts.
Yeah,
but good energy.
He's
I
like
liked
all
his,
bald, and you can see his whole bald head
his
turn
veins
red.
popping out
Yeah.
left and right.
You know, he was the host for
Fear Factor.
Fear Factor.
I didn't know that.
Yep, exactly.
He
dude.
said it in the special, and I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yep.
And I like go back, and I'm like, shit, that's the dude from Fear Factor.
People forget he was a TV star before he became the comedian. Well, before he was bigger in stand up in his podcast now. But he was a regular on a TV show called News Radio, I think, too.
Really?
Which was just like a I don't know, like a drama on one of the major networks or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like a Modern Family kind of deal.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a TV series or whatever. But
That's
yeah,
nutty. I had no idea.
Funny guy though. He's got. Did you like the bit about the gummy bears and stuff? Where he's like, they don't know how much shit they're putting in
He's
these
like,
gummy
don't
bears.
don't eat
Yeah,
one. Eat like a leg.
Yeah, eat like half.
He's like, why
or
are they
a leg.
selling whole gummy bears if all you can eat is the leg?
Yeah, like the marijuana gummies or whatever.
He was really
so funny.
good. Another comedian I listened to, we only listened to two. His name was Daniel Slosh, and he's a Scottish comedian, and he's probably the funniest comedian I've ever heard in my life.
No way.
Listen, so he is all about dark humor.
I like it.
Like the whole time he's talking about like super controversial things. He's talking about religion. He's talking about his sister who's handicapped.
Okay.
And he's like,
oh jeez.
but the thing is, and he tells all these dark jokes, and he's so fucking smart. He is a comedian that has opinions. I think there's two types of comedians. Comedians who are really fucking good storytellers.
Yep.
And comedians who like to tell their opinion. And
Right.
That's funny.
And they twist it around.
Right. And I don't like those comedians. I love storytellers.
Really? I'm kind of the
But
same way, but
this guy fucking killed me.
really?
Because he's so smart. He was talking about his handicapped sister, and he's like, yeah, so whenever you pick her up, it was like fucking picking up rags.
Oh,
so my mom went and got Raggedy Ann.
Oh my god.
And yeah, it's funny. And a lot of
Oh,
times
shit.
he goes around and he's like, the audience sometimes would be quiet and like they don't know how to react. I'm like, that's my fucking sister. It's like I can talk about her however the fuck I want.
That's hilarious.
He's like, if you're offended for my sister, you're offended for a complete stranger that you have no right to be offended to.
It's true.
And I was like, holy shit.
boom. Drop the
Holy
mic.
shit.
Boom. We're not worthy.
And he was
Mike's
talking.
like worshiping this guy now.
I loved it. He had two things on. One was called, I fucking forgot what both of them were called, but he ended with this one. He was talking about a jigsaw puzzle, which I was like,
jeez.
how fucking ironic
hilarious.
that Mal
Did
and I was just trying to make
was
this jigsaw puzzle.
That was the same week?
Yeah,
Oh
it was
my
literally
gosh.
the day later.
That's hilarious.
And he's talking like how
Yeah,
his father,
coincidence.
like, life is a jigsaw puzzle. He's like, Dad, what's the meaning of life? And he's like, life is a jigsaw puzzle. Like in one corner you have your family, in the other like corner you have your friends, career, and hobbies. Like that makes the four corners your puzzle. And you slowly like connect them together. Like your friends slowly start merging with your family, your careers with your hobbies, and whatever.
It kind of merges together.
Yeah, and
Cool.
he's like, what's in the middle? And he's like, oh, the middle is when you find your partner, like the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. And he's like, well, fuck, I'm 27, I don't got a partner. And he's like, and that made me feel so like incomplete. He was talking about. He's like,
Yeah.
my father made me feel like shit. He's like, he's trying to tell me the meaning of life, and he's like, fuck off.
Yep, basically you're screwed.
And I won't spoil like what he figured out, what was in the middle of the piece, because it's not that. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's
Yeah,
not. And like I said, I won't spoil it.
That's cool.
But he's such a smart
Is
comedian.
that what he closed with? What was the middle?
Yeah, he
That was
kind
his
of
closer
does.
joke?
Because then he talks about, and I love this, how he always talks about, he's like, I might have offended you tonight. And if I did, I apologize, but I also fucking don't care. Mm-hmm. And he's like, these are my opinions.
Good
this
for
is
him.
comedy. This isn't how I
Exactly.
really am.
Yeah.
If this was how I am, people beat the shit out of me every day.
Exactly,
And I would be
yeah.
like, yeah, I probably deserve this as they're kicking me in the gut. But definitely check him
Dude.
out. Daniel Slosh, you would fucking love
I need to
him.
watch it. I watched the trailer. I was telling Mike I watched the trailer of his on Netflix because it popped up on like the things that like the algorithm it knows I like to watch stand up comedy.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, check this guy out. And I watched his trailer and it was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like the trailer he had was really funny.
I will
was
say
good.
it starts off a little slow.
Yeah,
Like
that's
he
okay.
builds stuff up and
Yeah.
he's like he makes short jokes before he gets into the story aspect
Right.
and then the opinions. He talks about Indiana.
No way.
He's like, I made a
What
joke
the-
in Indiana and they threatened to shoot me.
Oh
and
my
the guy was
God.
like, he lifted his shirt and he's like, you're lucky I don't shoot you.
Holy shit!
And
I wonder
he's
where
like-
at in Indiana. Maybe Indianapolis or
He
something.
said where actually, but I can't remember. It was
Bloomington?
Southern. Bloomington. It might have been Bloomington.
Comedy Attic. There's a big
Indiana.
there's a big comedy club down in Bloomington. Yeah, that's hilarious. You know who you would probably like? Who does he kind of does the same style as Bill Burr? You ever hear him?
I've watched
You
him.
watched him
recently. Actually,
He does the same thing where he kind of says some really controversial things, and he takes like a weird side.
Yeah.
And then he like loses the crowd, and then he gains them back, and then he'll lose the crowd and get them back again, and make
Isn't
them
that crazy?
make them think like in strange ways that you're not used to thinking. Like it's nuts.
I love how you can like go into a show and be like, I don't think this at all, and then by the time they're done, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Is there a God?
Yeah, it makes you think. They definitely good comics make you think. Well, I mean, make you think and then laugh too. On top of it, I think
That'd be so stressful to me. I think though, going up and talking about things like are controversial that you don't know how they're going to react. In your
Right.
entire show, you're up there for an hour.
Oh yeah.
So if like you fuck it up, you have a whole hour that you're trying
Yup.
to like fight for him back,
Exactly.
and I'm
You
like,
gotta-
too stressful.
You gotta win them back, baby.
I'll just talk about poop jokes and
exactly dick jokes and
Yeah.
drawing wieners on cars and Pokemon maybe.
Pokemon.
Do you remember when you hosted the high school talent show?
Oh my god,
Dude,
I do. It was
do you remember?
embarrassing.
Speaking of like being in front of crowds, that's what made me think of that.
I forgot. Back in the day, for you guys who don't know,
Yeah.
Lowell hosts a talent show for
Yeah.
the students, and they pick 2 people to be hosts.
Yeah. Do they still? I think they still do it, didn't they?
They do.
Didn't Mal just go?
They do. They still
who
do the
went?
talent show. I don't know if they do the hosts though. I think they do
I
because they
hope they
keep
do.
coming out.
Because that's cool.
Yeah, but
it's fun.
me and Katie were the ones
Yep.
that did the host.
You guys sure did.
And I remember, and this will stay with me until the day I die. There was a part where we needed to stall.
Yeah.
Now, for you guys at home, I sound pretty clever and witty on the fly, but I'm not when I'm put out into an audience.
In front of 400 or 500 people.
Right now, me and Johnny are the only ones here,
Yeah.
save for a cat that randomly strolls.
Kind of around. Maybe my mom that comes down to change the laundry every once in a while.
Right. So
And disrupt things.
I had no idea what to do. So I was like, fuck, what do I know how to do and what do people know me for? I was like, Pokemon. All right, I'm going to sing the Pokemon theme song. I don't know why this thought was the
dude,
first thing
it
that
was-
popped in my
It was
head.
so funny. What do you want, Stephanie?
Speaking of friends that come and
Oh
visit
my
us,
gosh. She's giving us chocolate Milanos.
I've
Thank
never
you.
seen Stephanie give food.
Yeah, she's usually eating all of it. Yeah, there is Doritos over there. And pizza, actually.
Thank you for the goodies, Steph.
Thanks.
Steph,
Where'd
do you want to tell us anything before you leave? Anything for the listeners?
She said don't do drugs. Unless they're really good drugs, then do them.
Hugs, not drugs.
Jeez.
Thank you, Steph.
God.
But
Enlightening words.
I don't know why I decided to sing the Pokemon theme song.
That
It'll
was
always
pretty
stick
funny.
with me. And then Katie, I was like, Katie, do pie, because Katie knew how
Oh,
to
yeah.
do pie.
She could just recite pie off the top of her head. So
Yeah.
you went out. What was the reason for them stalling? Do you remember?
They were transitioning, so they did it in acts where it was like singing, then random talents, and then bands.
That's
And
right.
they were setting up bands, and it was just
Well, they had to get the mics and stuff out, I think.
right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll have you know that my pal Johnny was in the talent show. I think this was our very first talent show we ever did. I don't remember there being another talent show in high school.
There was a
I think
battle of the
it was new.
bands. It was battle of the bands, and then not. We ran out of bands in Lowell because no one was fucking playing in a
Right,
band
and that's
anymore.
why they started the talent show. Then.
Because people wanted to just go and do
Right.
whatever. You could do whatever you wanted.
So I not only did I host the very first talent show, but my buddy Johnny Goodrich won the very first Lowell, Indiana talent
Oh,
show.
baby, what a show it
What did you
was.
sing, Johnny? Tell the audience.
Oh, God. I did The Cave by Mumford & Sons.
Hell yeah, you
It was
did.
a good one.
And here's the clinger for this one. When we were in the backstage, I was like, Johnny, you got to make a joke before you go out there.
Oh, yeah.
He's
we
like,
were
no.
We were
I'm like,
fucking around in the wings at the theater or whatever.
and I'm like, Johnny, go out there and be like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Johnny Goodrich.
Yeah, that's right.
And
I was like,
it was a dumb joke.
I was like, that is the
Looking
stupidest
back,
thing I ever heard.
I was like, Johnny, do it. And I was so like energetic, and Johnny
Yeah.
was like, I got to go on. And I was like, do it.
You're like standing in the wings.
Yeah.
I remember. And I'm like setting up
I'm
my
hopping
mic
up
and
and
stuff. You're like jumping. You're like on your knees, like please, like mouthing please. And I go, "Hello, everybody. My name's Johnny Cash. Good, Rich. No, nothing. I don't think I got anything. That was the beginning and end of my stand-up comedy career.
Oh my god!
And then I just started playing. I was like, let me do something I actually
and
know
he
how to
still
do.
won. Let it be known that talent will always outweigh not being funny.
The stupidity.
Uh-huh.
No, we were screwed. We always screwed around on like off stage at theater and stuff like that. That was so funny.
Oh yeah, we shouldn't have, but we definitely did
Oh,
all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Even before shows, we like went out and did crazy
That was
stuff.
hilarious.
Crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. The old talent show. There were some interesting talents that went up for the high school. You never know what
To
you're going to
say
get.
the least, yeah.
You never know. We had to go through auditions though, I think too. We got screened by judges, and then so that was fun.
I forgot who the judges were. They're like superintendents and like some teachers, I think.
Some teachers, I don't remember. But yeah, that was funny. When Katie was reciting pi just out of nowhere.
Yeah, we were like, pi 3.14128.
Dude, so yeah, before that, they had to battle the bands before that, and I remember being in 5th grade, and not 5th grade. God, I was in 7th or 8th grade. 8th grade, and I was in a band. And they were all high schoolers, and I thought it was so fucking cool that I was in 8th grade and I got to play in the high school battle of the bands.
What was your name?
Oh God, what was our name? Stereo Show. We were like a punk rock band.
That's
and I was a
awesome,
bass
man.
player, yeah. And we had like 3 originals, and we played our 3 originals, and we were like real bad. Like you're bad, like when you have an 8th grade bass player, and the rest of them were like, we weren't great. But yeah, we played some, and we were the second ones on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever go see like an actual show,
Yeah.
the best people play last. So if that says anything, we were the second people to play. And I think the person, it was just a dude in acoustic guitar before us. And then we were like the first actual 4 or 5 piece band, and we were not good.
Nice. How
But,
many
yeah.
people were there? I mean, if there was only 3 people, then technically you were in the middle ground.
No. There was at least 7 bands.
Oh, fuck.
6 or 7 bands.
You were not good then.
And you got like, I think every band got like maybe 20 minutes. 25 minutes.
Was that when you had... So, guys, Johnny had some crazy hair back in the day.
That was when I had some crazy hair.
It looked like he had a raccoon on his head. Like,
Dude.
his hair was nuts.
I need to find a photo. Sorry, I'm eating
Oh, I
my
still
cookie.
have it. I told Johnny I found my old iPod back in the day, and
Oh, no.
I went through some pictures, and he had Snapchatted him with this helmet of hair, and I like captured it, and I was like, I'm always gonna hold that for blackmail.
No.
So I got it on deck.
Oh,
If
God.
Johnny ever betrays me, or like,
Jesus.
you
no,
know,
if I fucked anyone over, I'm gonna be getting all sorts of weird Snapchat screen grabs from like Ro posts all these fucking posts these stupid ass photos of me for other people's birthdays now, which is bullshit. We used to just do it for our birthdays. Like Ro's birthday would roll around, and I'd post a really embarrassing picture of him on Facebook, like "Happy birthday." One of our friend Luke's birthday just came up, and he posted a super embarrassing photo of me for Luke's birthday. I was like, all right, motherfucker. Game on. You better watch yourself. Because I got some pretty gnarly ones of Ro, too. But he has some bad ones of me. So I don't know if I want to open that can of worms up again.
man, you guys gotta stop sending each other dick pics for Christ's sake.
Pretty much, dude. Oh, God.
But
Yeah.
we got off on a tangent. How
sorry.
was your week, man?
It was good. It was pretty uneventful during the week. Monday, after we got back from camping or whatever, I just kind of chilled out, decompressed. Monday, I ended up going out for dinner and drinks with my buddies, Ryan and Zach.
Nice.
And
no pull tabs, right?
No pull tabs.
Thank
We
God.
went to Jill Sosimo's this time, and there's no pull tabs there.
Good.
So we got a few beers and just I ordered like some wings. Excuse me. Currently I'm drinking, as I burp, a Bud Light Platinum, which is 6% alcohol.
Oh shit! Look at
A little
you.
bit stronger than the Coors Light, baby. They're not bad. But we got drinks and beers there and kind of hung out,
Yeah.
And then it was just like an early night. I called it around 10 and went home and went to bed. And
Shit, that's a late night to me for
Yeah.
fucking 10 o'clock
some
being
people
outside.
it is, yeah.
Jeez.
Some people it is. But then I don't know. I worked all week. I was nothing too eventful. I was downtown most of the week. Thursday night, I played some music with Casey and Zach and their drummer Nick. Yeah, that was fun. We basically jammed all night. Had a few beers that night too. Played some live music. Played some tunes. It was a fun time. And then Friday, I just hung out at home. And then I was telling Mike, I like to when I'm not doing anything at night, I just like hop on chat roulette just to see what the fuck's going on. And it was pretty fucking funny. I had my guitar nearby because it's down in the basement here. And I'm like scrolling through chat roulette, scrolling through wieners.
Wieners.
And then there's just a dude sitting there like playing some guitar. and he's like an older guy, and he's playing just like basic chords. It's like an old country song.
Yeah.
And he was playing chords, and I like ran and grabbed my guitar real quick, and I started playing little leads and like solos and stuff over it. And he was like smiling and loving it. But then he started singing, and it was awful. It was really bad. And he's like, "Oh, you're gonna love this one. It's an old so and so tune, old country artist." And I was like, "Nice." And he started singing. I was like, "This is bad." And I just hit skip. I went to the next.
But before you did, you like wrote, "Damn, that sounds terrible."
No,
and
fuck
like,
no.
skip.
I could have told him that. He was like, "You fucking suck," and hit skip. And then later that night, it was probably the creepiest thing that's ever happened to me on fucking chat roulette. I'm scrolling through, and then there's just this dude, like creepy fucking dude in a creepy chicken mask. Like terrifying chicken mask. I was like legit like caught off guard at first, and it like freaked me out. And I'm in the basement by myself, and he's just pointing at me like this.
Holy shit!
And he goes like he's just shaking his head and pointing at me. And I'm like, this is fucking weird. Like this is fucked up. And I got a Snapchat video. I think I sent it to a few of my friends. Did you get it? Did I send it to you?
I don't think so.
No?
I feel like I definitely would have remembered that.
I feel like you did because unless I didn't want to tell you about it, so I
I'd
could
been
tell
like,
you here.
what the hell?
It was creepy.
Dude.
It was fucking creepy.
That's messed up.
It was weird.
I hate when we went to go see a play back in the day. It was called Harry Houdini, and there was this one part, really good play, and there was death, like personified death, and he was on stilts and shit.
Yep.
So he looked like real intimidating. He's going around the audience, and he's like,
Ooh, you're giving
"Ooh."
me like little chills.
And he fucking like looks around, he sees me, and he fucking raises his finger.
Oh,
and he points at me.
shit.
And all my friends are around, and they're like, "Oh shit, Mike's
You're
gonna,
like,
Mike's gonna
everyone's
fucking
backing
die."
away.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm not with him.
What did I do?
We're not with him.
I'm like, I even participated.
Yeah,
in
what
it.
the hell? God damn, that's creepy.
Dude,
That's
it's nuts when people
that's
just
creepy.
point at you, and it's like, what?
Especially with masks on, like
Yeah.
that freaked me out a little bit. I like skipped him I got a video of him real fast on Snapchat, then I skipped him. I was like, that was too much. I think I called it a night after that on chat roulette.
After a certain time, I imagine it gets a little.
It's weird. It's like chat roulette after
little
hours.
poultry.
Yeah, I liked it. I was drinking a few beers, so I jumped on. I was a little buzzed. I was just seeing if anyone wanted to chat it up on chat roulette.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you meet like really interesting people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I'm
like
sure
there's some
like chicken
especially not that, but like especially people like from overseas. Like I told you about those girls
the
that
girls
had like
from-
the British accents.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool, skip. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, all right, but yeah. And then Saturday, my whole family and my nephew went to Indiana Beach,
Nice.
and it was a fun time. You've been, haven't you?
When I was little, we always used to go like once or twice in the summer, like on a family thing.
Yeah, just go out
We
there.
didn't stay there. We just
no,
like hit
just
up
for
the
a day,
park.
yeah.
We went on the. And let me tell you, my grandparents were always mad because I didn't want to go like on the roller coasters, like the fun rides. I was always like on the little train. I was like, this is great.
Dude, that's what my nephew loved, man. He just loves, I mean, he's 2, but he just loves those little, like you get in the whale and it goes up and down on a track, or little car that just goes around in circles and you can ring the bell.
That's the best ones.
He loves it, man.
And then I got too big and I was pissed off. I was like, I don't want to be any.
You couldn't fit in it anymore, and they're
No.
like, yeah, sorry, bro.
For you guys who don't know, Indiana Beach is like the only amusement like park in Indiana. And
Besides, I think there's one in Christmas, Indiana.
Is there?
It's called like
Well, it has to be because it's
something,
Christmas
Land
Indiana.
or something weird like that. I don't know.
But everything used to be made out of wood, like
It's
the
still,
roller
the
coaster.
roller coasters are still wooden. There's 2 roller coasters that are still wooden.
You'd see like wood falling off
Dude,
from the roller coaster.
they-
I'm not going on that.
Oh no, it was scary for a while, but they're like remodeling. And
yeah, they
they've
have
got
new owners now.
new owners. They've got
Because you can't just go on
new
the
shit.
pier.
Yeah,
You have to buy.
you have to
your
buy
sh-
a pass,
Yeah, fuck
which
that.
sucks.
Yeah.
But so pretty much a year pass is less expensive than buying a day pass. So we just bought a year pass,
Yeah.
and now I've got a season pass, so I can go and walk the boardwalk anytime I want and get on rides and shit, which is whatever. That's fine.
That's nice.
And they sell beer and stuff there now too, which is really nice. You can walk around with open bottles of liquor.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know
Pretty
they allowed
fucking
that.
Awesome, dude. So I had a few. It was like Oktoberfest going on there. So they had a big tent set up with like all the different Oktoberfest food, different beer on draft, and then they had like a DJ playing music and stuff.
Nice.
It was fun, and I got a few beers. I went on like the Hoosier Hurricane, which is like the original like Indiana Beach roller coaster.
Yeah, I can't believe you went on
a lot
that.
faster than I remember. lot quicker. It kind of rattled my bones up pretty bad. I was like, it was me, my brother-in-law Josh, and then Steph and her boyfriend Mitch, and we're like, because there was no one there, dude. So we just went on. There was no lines.
That's weird.
Jumped right in the front. I was right in the front seat of the fucking Hoosier Hurricane. Hands in the air. Yeah, it was fun. And I went on that. There's like the pirate one where you have like the guns.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
gotta shoot the thing. It always looks scary when I was a kid.
Dude, it was fun. There's
Yeah?
like one area that's really creepy.
Is that the castle?
That there's a haunted house there too. Yeah.
Okay.
But the pirate, I didn't go on that. But the pirate ride was fun. You just basically shoot up all the targets and try to get as much points as you can.
Nice.
It was cool.
Yeah.
And then you like come out and it like opens up to outside and you're like on the third level of the building and you can see everyone walking around. I took a Snapchat of it.
Did you?
I sent it to you. I definitely
Oh,
sent
you did send me a
And I was
Snapchat
like,
of you at
"Whoa."
Indiana Beach.
I was like, yo ho, yo ho, and I the doors bust open. I'm like going over it and Snapchatting everyone. But yeah, it was fun. We went on like the ferry ride. They got a big ferry on Lake Schaefer there. That,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the Ferry Queen or the Schaefer Queen.
I remember going on that a few times.
Yep, it's fun. My grandma. We basically went for my grandma Kay's like 84th birthday.
Nice.
She's getting up there, man.
Happy birthday, Grandma
Hell
Kay.
yeah! Happy birthday, GK.
Not that any of Johnny's family listens to this.
No, I'd make sure they don't.
Except
for
Steph.
Stephanie and Mitch.
Yeah.
They're allowed to. Everyone else can't.
They can't.
I just tell them not to. Yeah, but it was a fun weekend. We went out to dinner after that, and then I came home, and me and Cole went out to Mi Ranchito and shut the place down.
Nice.
The little bar. I mean, they close at 9, so we stay a little.
That's early. I didn't know they.
Technically, they close at 9. But we there was people in there till 10, and we stayed a little past 10 because
Okay.
we know the bartender real well. And we
Yeah.
were just talking with her and having a few beers and just hanging out, eating chips.
Of course.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Did you put on the sombrero?
No, I did not.
Oh,
it was
you
not
pussy.
my. It was not my birthday.
I remember Mallory took her theater kids there for like for the banquet or what have you.
Yeah.
And they all the kids told them that it was Mallory's birthday.
Oh, no.
They made them put on the fucking sombrero.
What if they brought her a tequila shot? Like,
Dude.
"Oh, yeah."
I don't think she could because she was still working for the school at that
Yeah,
time.
that might have been a little.
I don't know.
little-
I'd have fucking put it down. Are you
Screw
kidding?
it.
Give me one.
Do it.
I can
Fuck
chase it with some peanut butter.
Exactly. So that was yesterday night. I went out with Cole and then his buddy Sean, who I knew. They're both electricians. So we shut the place down, which
Nice.
isn't saying much. It's like 10:30.
Yeah, 10:30.
It just sounds cool, doesn't it? We shut the bar down.
Yeah, makes you think it's like 2 a.m.,
Exactly.
3 a.m.
And that's not the first time we done that.
10:30.
10:30 at night. A whopping 10:30. But I slept in today. I went dove hunting before this podcast, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I sweat probably 50 pounds of fluids out of my system.
Jesus.
It was a good cleanse. But we shot about 15 dove. You're allowed 15 a person.
Okay.
So just me and my friend Luke. Actually, me and my buddy Luke.
I was going to say, geez, what
Yeah.
happened?
He's demoted to friend.
I'll have you guys know, Johnny, before we started, he was like, let me jump in the shower real quick. I'm fucking blood and guts all over me.
I was
I was
covered.
like, hot damn, did
I
he
had-
kill doves or a person?
Dove blood and dirt and sweat all over me. And a little bit of shame, too. No, just kidding.
What did you and your buddy do out there?
I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, it was fun. We set up, we go out to Willow Slough, which is like a big public hunting area that anyone can go to. And you set up and you bring these little clip-on doves.
Okay.
They're like foam decoys that look like dove, painted up to look just like them. You clip them on little pieces of like sticks or like brush or wood or trees and then you just kind of hide yourself a little bit, like you bring a chair or a bucket to sit on, and then you wait for them to fly by and you shoot them.
Huh.
It's fun, and they taste awesome. I'll cook some up for you.
Heck yeah. I'd
'Cause
like
we
to
got-
try some.
We got 15, and then Luke was kind enough. He gave me a whole bag from yesterday that he shot that he hadn't cleaned yet.
Dang.
So I have about 25 dove in my fridge now. So I need to clean those puppies.
He's got some dead
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
birds in his
They're-
basement.
And I got Mel bones too, dude. As soon as
She's
we
so excited.
I Snapchat messaged her. I was like, I found you some badass bones. They're cool as fuck looking. I like. We pulled up to the spot that we were hunting. Like we had to walk about maybe a mile
Okay.
out in the fucking sun, just carrying our guns and stuff out there. And I see Luke's like, oh, check that out, a big deer jawbone. I was like, that's sick. And I pick it up. It's still got all the teeth in it and like
Oh.
the whole jaw, but it's been out there for a while, so there's no tissue or
Yeah.
any blood or anything on it. And then I
Damn.
look around and there's even more bones. There's like part of the spine, like that, those little chunks of the spine that you see in the neck.
Yeah.
There's like 4 of those. I grabbed those. There's like all these different bones. I like grabbed a handful of them, threw them in a bag for Mel.
Luke's like, what the fuck are
He
you
probably
doing?
because I didn't tell him what I was doing with them. I was like, I'm taking these home with me. He's like, just looks. He's like, all right. He's like, whatever, fuck. He doesn't give a shit. He's like, whatever. It's probably seen weirder shit, especially from. We fuck around so much when we're out there hunting.
Mm-hmm.
It's just constant. Would you rather's? How much money would you do this for? Would you? What, you know, just stupid shit. Kind of like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was fun. So we shot some dove, and I'm really pumped to grill them up. Wrap them up in bacon and grill them.
Ooh.
You'll have to come by, dude. We'll do like a little wild game.
Fuck yeah.
Grill
If you
up.
wrap them in bacon, I'll come by no matter what you're cooking.
They taste like little filet mignons, dude.
Ooh.
Oh baby, all natural. It was good stuff. It was a fun weekend. I'm kind of bummed. I got to go back to work tomorrow.
That's when I was telling John,
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking go to work
it
next
sucks.
week. You always
then-
get to Sunday and you're like, you're glad that it's still a day off, but you're like, fuck,
I wish
tomorrow's
I
going
had,
to suck.
I wish I had one more day, just to relax.
Like a 3-day weekend?
Exactly. Those are my favorites.
Would you work like 4 10-hour shifts?
Yes.
Just have a 3?
Yes.
Would you work 3 12-hour shifts?
No.
No? I think I'd work 3 12-hour shifts. But I
depends
do
on-
different things than you, you know?
Depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I'm driving for as much as I do, I don't know.
Well, think about like how many clients you see. Like you'd have to put 2 days of work in like one. You'd have to
It'd
just
be really tough, especially because the places I go to close. They operate during normal business hours.
tell them to
which is
keep it open. Get
9
yourself
to
a key.
5. Yeah,
Go on
just
the
keep-
south side of Chicago at 2 a.m., man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just keep the boiler room open for me. I swear I'll close it up when I'm done. It's fine.
Fucking Freddy Krueger over here.
No way. And then Mike today brought me a pack of Pokemon cards. Say what?
Yeah.
And then he brought me some little like covers for my good cards. Like
Yeah,
the
because
sleeves.
Johnny keeps fucking. So we always, when we're ever opening up Pokemon cards together, for whatever reason, I just get shit.
Mike gets terrible.
I get like
cards.
fucking Caterpies and
Yeah.
Metapods, shit
Yeah.
like that. Johnny got a fucking Mewtwo the other day.
Yeah.
And then
Badass.
he doesn't have anything. He's been getting cards. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm going to pick this guy up. We went to Walmart because Mallory got some Harry Potter Legos.
Which is pretty cool. I didn't know they made those.
It's like mystery package, so you don't know who you're getting, which in my opinion, I'm like, fuck, I want to know who I'm going to get. I don't want Neville.
It's kind of like, the
3
Pokemon.
Nevils.
It's like the Pokemon cards, though.
Yeah, you're
How
right.
many characters?
You're right.
Do they have all the characters?
There's
from Harry?
22.
That's it?
Yeah. So Mal got Harry. No, she got Tina. No, fuck.
Who the fuck
She
is
got
Tina?
Luna Lovegood.
You like naming off Bob's Burgers
She
fucking
got-
characters?
She got Luna Lovegood. Fuck.
Neville?
She got she didn't get Neville. She got Cedric Diggory
Oh.
and the guy from Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, I'm getting myself some Pokemon cards. I got jack shit, and I was
You
like,
didn't
I'll
get
a-
any good
I didn't
ones?
get anything. And I
Hopefully
was
there's like a badass card
I'm
in
gonna
that
be
pack you
pissed.
got me.
And I was like, I'll get a pack for my buddy since I'm getting him some
Yeah,
protectors.
Fuck yeah, dude. I appreciate this
Yeah,
shit
you gotta
out of
use
that.
protection, man.
Oh yeah, always. 100%.
Always.
I'm on that protection game, baby. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back with more mother effing Cyber Shindig podcast. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know that sound. Be feeling all right. I drink this cold Coors Light, baby.
Refreshing.
It's so good. You know what it is. The Cyber Shindig podcast, everybody. We're back. We're back and we're in action. You hear me? Mike's got a
We're pretty stationary.
Yeah, okay. We were right. We're pretty stationary. Mike's got a pretty sweet little journal over here.
Ah, yes.
So
Mallory made me a little Cyber Shindig podcast journal.
It's pretty sweet.
And to top it off, she put a sticker of Ash Ketchum and Pikachu in the center, so everybody knew it was mine.
There's an Easter egg hidden in that journal somewhere, actually, of Mike dancing in his boxers
There might be.
and his tidy whities,
Listen here, boy. If you think for a second that I still wear tidy whities,
Yeah, you're right. You wear a G-string probably.
when was the last time you wore? Did you wear tidy whities as a kid?
Probably till about 3rd grade,
Really?
and then
Fuck
I wore
me.
boxers. Yeah,
I was well into middle school.
Really?
Before I
Well,
made the switch.
I think it was because I don't think I was changing.
You were just so
something.
low hanging.
No,
that you
I
needed
didn't.
to
I didn't
let
like
it
tidy
breathe.
whities because you know what? You know what? I chafe a lot because I have giant thighs. So I needed something to protect my legs from rubbing up on each other. So I had to wear boxer briefs.
So your giant schlong could be that like middle man.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, sure, man. Whatever. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Awesome. Great start to part 2.
Guys, there's been a lot of shit going on in the news this week. Oh, my computer just made a noise. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news this week, like we said earlier. A lot of stuff happening nationally and like I don't know, just in our town.
Locally,
honestly,
yeah. It's been fucking crazy.
You were
It's all
tell-
happened this week.
Yeah, that's the truth. It's nuts. You were telling me about. I knew something happened with Serena Williams, but I don't know 100% what happened.
Yes.
Do you want to drop some knowledge up on your boy?
Drop some knowledge on ya boy. So what had happened? This was Monday. I was kind of looking into this before work.
Yeah.
And it was like number 3 on trending. It was like Serena Williams has like a breakdown or whatnot. I was like, what? I was like, Serena Williams, she's like fucking immortal. She can do no wrong.
She's a professional athlete.
Yeah, she is like the best. And I believe this, honestly. She is like the best tennis player, I think. Men, women, whatever.
She's pretty damn good.
She's great. So what had happened, I'm going to kind of lay it out before we like start talking about it.
Can I tell you what I heard about it? And you can tell me how wrong I am?
do want to hear it, actually. Let me know.
Okay, so I heard, was it something about a sports bra?
This wasn't the...
Okay, was this something about her being called a thief for points by her Asian slash Hawaiian or some other ethnicity opponent?
No.
Okay, drop it on me.
You have like little bits and
Okay.
you're putting it in like the complete...
Yeah. I like, yeah.
So what had happened, they were playing the final game. Serena was losing. And there was a point where she turns around and her coach is in the stands and he's coaching.
Oh, yeah.
And the ref is like, here's a warning. I saw the coaching. And she goes up to him and is like, I understand how you would think that, but I don't cheat. I'd rather lose than cheat. Like, we weren't coaching. And went back. And everyone was like, yeah, go Serena, not cheater. Woo! And then the next time she fucking hit her racket, she double faulted. And this was a while.
She slammed her racket
Yeah,
on
she
the ground?
slammed her racket down, and that is also like a foul.
Yeah.
So the ref gave it a point
To the
opponent.
After she double faulted, so
she-
that means she missed the serve twice.
Right. And
So
then
she-
she slammed her racket because she was like pissed off at herself.
So she missed both of her serves. Her opponent got a point from that round,
And then another
and then she
point.
gets another point. Okay,
Yeah.
wow,
So she,
damn, that sucks.
everybody didn't understand what was happening
Yeah.
at first because Serena's like, "Why is this a point?" And he's like, "Well, you were being coached." And she's like, "No, I wasn't."
So
And-
so she had a warning, and then she slammed a racket, and that was like the actual
A point.
fault
Yeah.
on top of it. So if she had just slammed a racket before getting coaching,
Right,
it
that would
would
have
have
been
just
just
been
a warning.
foul or whatever you want to call it.
So the
Yeah.
way I understand it, and Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm really excited to hear your point of view on this
Yeah.
as well. Jesse is a coach.
Good old Forrest, dude. He listens to every freaking podcast that comes out the night of, too.
So what I understand is like the first one is a warning, the first violation. First one's a warning, second one is a point, and then the third one is a game.
Oh, boy.
So she went up to the ref and was like, I was not cheating. The ref's like, well, this is what I saw. You're not a cheater. I don't think you're a cheater, but... And then she was just like, you stole that point from me. You're a thief. You stole that point. I deserve an apology. And that
She
was
said
her
that to the ref?
She said that to the ref. And that was the whole thing. Like, you owe me an apology. And she was worked up. Like,
Yeah.
I would be too. Fuck, you're in the final...
Championship
Yeah,
game.
U.S. Open, like, final game. Millions of dollars on the
Everyone's
line.
watching, too.
Yeah. And so, and this is the part where it gets a little sketchy. So, she says that she goes to serve and like she's just besides herself, and then the ref calls another I forgot what it's called. It's like something verbal. Like she was talking,
She's talking
like
crap about the ref,
Yeah.
like under her breath and shit like that,
Uh-huh.
like getting sassy with him.
and so he called like you I
like,
forgot what
"Listen
it was
here."
called. It's like something verbal, not verbal abuse, but something very
Um,
similar. Like the language was not correct for the setting.
Okay.
So she lost a game.
Oh,
And this was it was almost done. Like her opponent was winning. Serena did not look like she was not looking strong.
She wasn't going to come back from everything that had happened, probably.
Correct.
Her opponent was probably hyped. Like, fuck yeah.
That's the thing. Well, hold on.
Okay.
So that happened, and she calls like the official refs, like the people who are putting on. It's like this has happened to me before, and it's not like if this was a man and it was saying thief, that wouldn't happen. It's only because I'm a woman. I'm a
boy.
woman, and that went on, and the refs were like, we can't change it, and then she lost. Serena Williams lost.
Okay.
And the opponent, which her name is escaping me at the moment, and I apologize.
Let me see. Hang on. I'll find it.
But she was like devastated.
Her opponent
the
was?
crowd was like booing.
Oh, I bet,
they were
man.
like really upset, and she idolized. So she went into like the interview and whatnot. She said she idolized Serena Williams like her whole life. Like she thought the crowd was booing at her, and they were like not wanting her to win. And this whole thing, like she didn't know what was going on. Because it was kind of confusing if you weren't like right on it. Like nobody understood what was happening.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing with like I think those tennis matches. It's not. They are. There's people like commentating on it.
Yeah.
But I bet there was a lot of confusion for those commentators too. So they probably couldn't communicate to whoever was watching in the crowd and at the time.
Right.
Even at football games, if you're there live, like you're still kind of like, what the fuck's going on? Like until a ref comes on with like a mic and kind of breaks it down.
Right.
Which they don't have in tennis. So you're just kind of left to be like
commentators. Yeah.
Hopefully.
But then they did like the awards ceremony. Go ahead.
Her opponent was Naomi Osaka.
Yes, it was. So they get to the awards ceremony. The crowd is just fucking booing it. And Serena Williams is like, guys, I know that's not the way we want to play tonight. I know the game didn't go the way it should, but she played her heart out.
This was
she
at, like,
won.
The press conference after?
No, this was like the awards ceremony.
Oh,
this wasn't even the press conference.
Serena Williams was saying this on mic?
Yeah,
like
she
in front
was.
Of people?
So they gave her like, it was like the runner-up Serena Williams, woo, and
Yeah.
she took the mic to like give a speech, and she didn't give a speech. She just said, "Hey, respect this tennis player. She played really well. She beat me. Like the game did not go the way we wanted to. It didn't play the way it should have played out.
Right.
But give her respect. Which like, good on you, Serena Williams.
I like that.
And that was it.
It's not her, and I mean, that's true. It wasn't her opponent's fault that that happened. Honestly,
Right.
It could have been a bad call on the ref's part, or it could have been the right call. But either way, it's not her.
It's not her fault
opponent's
at all. No, no.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my thoughts. So I believe that the ref made a good call the first time. When you see, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. They interviewed the coach right after the game.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was coaching.
Oh. By the way, yeah, I definitely was cheating
like,
a little bit.
I was
trying to
coaching.
get her to do this. Hit it to her backhand. Hit it to her backhand, sir. She's a righty.
And he's like, every coaches, like when you're watching your player play a game, you just instantly like do the stuff.
You do
it
it
like,
off
fucking
exactly.
And he's like, Serena didn't look at me. She was facing my way, and that's what the ref called. Now, in my opinion, I think the ref made a good call. When you see someone facing a coach who is coaching,
Definitely.
I'd call the warning too. I do not think in any sense that Serena Williams was cheating.
No, she
I don't
probably
think
wasn't.
she is a cheater.
Yeah, her coach just needs to fucking settle down and not coach.
Right.
And then that wouldn't happen.
Exactly. The second one, you fucking break your racket, you break your racket. You can't argue that one.
No, that's bullshit.
Right.
That shouldn't happen. She's a professional athlete.
Exactly. That was all on her.
Hundreds of thousands of little tennis players look up to her.
Right.
And to see someone that you idolize being a poor sport,
right?
It's not cool.
But fuck,
but I get it
They
too.
put the statistics too for like men and women, like how many, and like men, it was like 13 people had broke a racket,
really?
and then the women was only like 2. And Serena Williams was
I don't
one
like
of
it
them.
either way, but yeah, that's bullshit.
It is.
Yeah.
But the third call, I think the ref was wrong. I think she calling him a thief. And him like, oh, that's, verbal.
Oh,
whatever.
her like, yeah.
I think that's bullshit.
That's messed up.
Because I've seen shows where like guys are like fucking pointing and like people are screaming at them and they're just like, continue.
Well, if you look at any other sport, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only way that, I don't know, maybe like something like, something, I don't know, I thought like golf, if maybe like someone was like talking about an opponent or not even golf. There's people on all sorts of different, on sports platforms that are like football, like there's huge shit talking that you don't hear.
Yeah.
Because they don't mic the field.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
When the mic gets close to the players, it's fucking
and
nutty.
they're like getting in each other's face after a play just, happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And they're always talking shit about the refs too, football players. I know from firsthand, just from playing in high school a little bit, that people talk shit to the ref's face all the time. And I can imagine that's the same way in professional football too.
I just thought it was crazy. I don't think it was
It's
like
weird.
A men versus a woman thing. I think it was honestly the ref didn't like Serena Williams because he had a problem with Venus before. He had an altercation with her. So I think the ref was just like, his pride was getting hit too hard by being called a thief, which fuck me. I've been called way worse than a thief, and
Yeah.
I'm best friends with them.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, exactly. I talk shit about Mike all the time.
Hell yeah.
On this podcast.
Every time he texts me, you don't go a text without calling me a bitch.
Basically,
and I don't go a text without calling you a hoe.
Exactly.
So like a thief to me is like not.
You've
an
never
insult.
not texted me about my big schlong in my pants either. So
I'm
it's
just
how it
so
is.
fucking impressed.
I
Like,
know,
how does
right?
it fit in there?
Seriously,
How do you
dude.
not have it dragging
How
on
does
the
that
ground
button
behind
stay
you?
buttoned up, dude? It's like, man, I know, right? God, it's crazy. But no, that's weird. That's interesting that comes up. So she was trying to make it into, well, not trying to make it, but she was saying that it was like a gender issue.
She said she was saying like a man would scream and point and say the worst things, and you wouldn't say this.
Maybe.
And sometimes they don't.
Maybe
And I think-
maybe it was just the ref not liking her, and maybe he did turn it into something like that.
I'm positive that's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a man and women thing. I think they put the stats, like I said, and way more men have faulted on all these things than women.
Oh, I could see it.
But I do think it depends on the ref, and I do think refs generally are very lenient. This is weird that this happened. Here's the problem I have. This was the final.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I understand the refs call for the cheating, what have you. I understand the racket. It's the final. Like, fucking be called. You owe me. She kept saying, you owe me an apology. Don't get fucking butthurt over
Yeah,
that. You're
I
a
was
like
like-
50-year-old man reffing, for Christ's sake.
Exactly.
And this is Serena Williams. You're not going to win no
Right.
matter
She's
what
got-
the argument
her
goes.
fans are crazy too. So like you're gonna be hearing about this for. He's probably just like erasing all of his like social media.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the day it happened.
And she said, this was funny, at the end of the match, like, the one girl shakes his hand, and she's like, you still owe me an apology. You're never going to work on another one of my courts again.
Shit.
And I'm like, fuck, I believe it. Like, that's not an empty threat.
She does. She does probably. She pulls some weight around that tennis.
Oh, yeah.
That tennis court.
Mhm.
You know, that's crazy. I heard about it. I didn't really know what happened. But I just heard the thing about someone being called a thief.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know it was about like the whole coaching thing.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's weird.
Sometimes coaching is allowed, other times it's not. I guess it's funny because this happened in Super Smash Brothers Melee, to compare the two.
Oh my god.
Somebody came up and coached one of the players who was doing it. It's not allowed.
Oh, at a competition?
Yeah, at a competition.
Oh, shit.
And then he left, and another coach, everyone's like, what's happening? You can't coach. And they were checking the rules, the judges,
Oh,
and
they're,
like,
like, flying
the
through
other
the
coach like
handbook.
went up, and he's just like, blah, 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 blah. And he went back, and they're like, well, fuck, he coached. Like, the coach came up, and he was
Yep.
saying things, and it's like,
They have coaches for that?
dude, yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, Melee is so competitive,
What
and
the
it's an esport.
fuck?
Dude, Evo pulls in more people watching than the Super Bowl.
I believe it. I heard something on another podcast that they were toying with the idea of including video gaming in the Olympic sports. I think that they should just leave it out and have whoever's doing the gaming make all the money on their own platform. It's not like they need the Olympics.
I agree too, actually.
You know?
The Olympics, fuck.
But it would be cool. It'd be cool at the same time.
Yeah, it'd be so fucking long, and like, what are you gonna accept?
True.
Like,
There's too many different games.
What 3 games, Johnny, would you want to be in the
Shit.
Olympics?
It'd have to be classics. What if it was like Tetris, Pac-Man, and fucking like Star Destroyer or something? It's all
No
on
one-
one joystick.
Everybody turn off the Olympics. and
Well,
be
they'd
like,
have
"Eh."
to be like competitive games. They'd have to be like Mario Kart. Probably like you just said, like the Melee or like some kind of Super Smash. I don't know. Or
like Evo has a lot of the
or
Street
like
Fighter
like
stuff
the
going on.
PUBG, probably Fortnite, that kind of
PUBG,
bullshit.
Fortnite.
I bet you that shit would be in there too because it's so I don't play it. It's
It
popular
pulls
as
so much.
Fuck right now.
I can't believe Fortnite's still on like when you go to Twitch, it's still like the #1 deal.
Easily.
I'm just so over it, and I figured people would be at this
I
time.
thought so too. People are into it, man. I'm not a fan. I played it a few times. I was like, I'm good.
It just takes so long.
Yeah, and then you die, and then you have to get back in the game lobby to reload.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is bullshit.
And a lot of it's random. I don't know. Not for me.
And
Definitely.
sometimes my internet goes out. It's spotty sometimes, and I'm like, this is not the game I want to be playing with shitty internet connection.
No.
It's not.
And fucking 12-year-olds are calling you gay.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Talking about my mom.
talking about fucking your mom.
I'm like, come on.
I'm like,
dude.
hey,
you
you
don't
don't know.
You don't know Carol. He's a wonderful person. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, in other breaking news, did you see? Speaking of Joe Rogan earlier, Elon Musk was on Joe Rogan, which, if you haven't listened to that episode, check it out because it is fucking bananas. Yeah, it was really weird. Elon Musk came on Joe Rogan's podcast, and they talked like about everything from like artificial intelligence to like the the what is it called? Like that tube that he's trying to drill underneath like Los Angeles. That's like basically like a super fast underground subway.
Oh yeah.
And they talked about his few. He's got a company called what's it called? Garbage or something. Bad company or something. Garbage company, literally something like that. And the flamethrower that he made.
Yeah,
did you see that?
You showed me. I think the customized flamethrower that they had.
And he talked about it. He made 20,000 of them. They sold out in a day. They sold them for $500 each. And he basically broke it down. He's like, yeah, it's literally just like a roofing torch with like like a pellet gun stock on it, like the stock from a pellet gun.
Yeah.
And they had to call it not a flamethrower so they could ship it overseas and shit. Oh, it was pretty funny. And then they talked about like.
Would you have bought one, dude?
Dude, if it wasn't $500, yeah, I could probably just go get I'd just be content with like a torch.
Imagine what people are like selling it for, though.
Exactly, because they're
probably like thousands.
Easily, give it a few years, and if the dude dies or something, like
oh shit,
man,
you're done.
You are getting all sorts of money.
You're good
for
to go.
Yeah, because they're one of a kind. You know, he only sold a certain amount, and he was talking about how awesome his new Tesla cars are. Like they go super fast. And there's Easter eggs hidden in the Tesla brains. Like,
what?
If you play a certain song, I think it was some like symphony or orchestra song, like a classical song. If you play that, your car will start like dancing on the road if it's open up.
What the fuck?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's too intelligent
That's
for
insane.
me.
But he got in all sorts of hot water because he like apparently took a hit of like a blunt, like marijuana, on Joe Rogan's podcast on video in California. Where it's legal.
Yeah.
And he took a hit of a blunt, and it didn't even look like he inhaled it. He just had it, like, blown up. You've probably seen the photo online. It's been memetized, as you like to call it.
Memetized. I like that.
And he's just, like, got this weird, like, pursed lip, and then he's, like, got the blunt in one hand, and there's just smoke rolling up in front of his face. And there's everyone, like, memed it. Some dude put on Twitter, I think it was like, we're gonna launch Earth into outer space. And it's, like, Elon Musk, like, with the smoke blowing up and stuff.
That's amazing.
Someone made a fucking mural on the side of a building somewhere of that photo.
Already,
like a week after it dropped.
That's nutty.
But he got in all sorts of hot water because Elon Musk smoked weed and drank whiskey on Joe Rogan's podcast.
That's so dumb. If that's the worst thing you've ever done, you're
God.
living a pretty good life still.
So he's the chief executive at Tesla, and apparently he has like government clearance, and apparently there's some red tape over like, I don't know, like smoking marijuana and being like in any branch of the military.
Yeah.
Having that kind of thing doesn't usually mesh well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Probably not. Imagine how much more peaceful this world would be if we all smoked marijuana.
Oh my God.
We'd be so fucking chill. We'd be like, throw the nukes in the ocean. Just throw them in there.
Just do it.
No problem.
But yeah, so he's getting his stock went down a little bit, but I don't think he cares. See, Elon Musk is so much of a baller and has so much money and is so smart right now. He probably doesn't give a fuck.
I wouldn't if I were him.
He's like, I don't know. He's sending cars into space and shit. Like, I don't know. He's just a different. He's like the Einstein of our time. Pretty much.
We should email him and be like, "Hey, sorry to hear about all this shit. Me and my buddy, though, we have our own podcast. We would like you to send us one of your flamethrowers to review it on the podcast.
That'd be so badass.
Much love. Cheers."
They'd be like, "Nah, we're good."
Nah.
So and then he also, you remember when all those kids were trapped in that cave or whatever?
Oh yeah.
He like came up with like this. He like invented something that might be of use to like getting them out. It was like a little, like a self-powered submarine thing that you hung onto or whatever. You know, that's what I kind of got an idea of. And then he posted something on Twitter, and one of like the naval guys that were like actually like trained in scuba and like rescue and stuff, like called him out, like basically they didn't need him or whatever. And then Elon Musk just called him like a pedophile basically on Twitter. He's like, "What a pedo. That's what he called him."
Oh my
he called
God.
the guy a pedo, and he like apologized after. But yeah, it was pretty funny. I thought that was kind of funny. He just like stoops down to like, that's basically like,
"You don't want my invention? You're a pedophile, bitch."
Stupid. That's such like a schoolboy thing to do.
my God,
but it's
that's
kind of
great.
funny at the same time.
Oh,
but he
yeah.
was in all sorts of hot water with the government because he sells like engines to the government or like different like aircraft stuff to the government.
If you don't think like the whole fucking government's not doing drugs, then you're fucking stupid.
There's so much more terrible things going on in the government than smoking weed.
Yeah. Weed is like the least of your problems.
Exactly. So I thought that was funny. The whole thing that happened on Rogan. People were like going bananas over it.
That's so stupid.
The photo just made my day. if you listen to it, he's like freaking Joe Rogan out about artificial intelligence.
Really?
And how he's like, he told Joe, he's like, I told everyone they needed to like kind of settle down on like all the AI stuff, like this, like your phones and like the social media stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, but no one listened to me. He's like, in a few, basically it's inevitable now, like AI is going to be like a thing that's going to be, and it's hard to say what's going to happen. Basically, he's like, I don't know. Like, it was freaky. It was freaky. The way he talked, he was so calculated and like, he took his time.
Yeah.
Like Joe Rogan would ask him a question.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, how the fuck do you have all this time to be launching cars into space, be making flamethrowers, has 3 different companies, like all this shit? And there'd be like a long pause. And he's like, well, I don't know. Like, even longer than that, like an uncomfortable amount of time would pass. And he would just like, you could tell he was just thinking about, because, I mean, he's a huge figure and he's on one of the biggest shows of our time, basically.
Yeah.
Bigger than any fucking late night show, easily.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. It was a cool interview, though.
That's crazy.
He was a
man.
weird dude, but
Smart people are scary,
They
especially when they can like back it up. They're confident on things.
He was talking about. Oh, just listen to the podcast. It was crazy. He is like easily one of the smartest guys of our time.
So who would win in a fight between him and Neil?
Well, I think Neil deGrasse in like, what is it, hand to hand, or does he get like?
I don't fucking. He can have one of his
He can
flamethrowers.
get a flamethrower.
Yeah,
He just roasts Neil deGrasse Tyson with a flamethrower. Oh, I think Neil deGrasse Tyson is like actually trained in jiu-jitsu or some kind of
Is he?
hand-to-hand combat. I don't know, but if Neil deGrasse Tyson is just like an average guy and doesn't know any like martial like kung fu,
Yeah.
then I think Elon Musk would have him just because he's a fit guy. And
With
he's
or
young.
without the flame?
Without the flamethrower, he'd have him because he's just a fit dude.
Yeah.
And he probably knows about like anatomy too, so he'd be like, "I'll punch you right in the jugular and knock the wind out of you." And
I imagine it would be like a Rick Sanchez kind
Yes.
of moment where like he presses a button and some kind of laser
snake
bursts down.
Snake comes out of his boot or whatever.
yeah,
he like
the
zaps him.
snake.
He turns into a snake.
I forgot about that.
Or he
Trick
just
snake, baby.
he just Vulcan grips him and just fucking crumbles him to the ground. Jesus. No, so that happened. What else happened in the news? Oh, Mac Miller died, right?
Mac Miller died.
One of the few good white rappers, I would say.
I would say so too. R.I.P. They
Before we get into there was a meme. Did you hear about all the Eminem like diss track
Oh,
stuff?
yeah,
there
this
was
whole thing.
There was like a meme of like Mac Miller's like, when you know Eminem's coming after you, so you just die before he roasts you or some
my
shit
God.
like that, or when you'd rather die than get roasted by Eminem.
Oh
I was
shit,
fuck.
that's dark.
That was pretty soon.
What
too.
a good joke.
Yeah, too soon.
Never too soon for a good dark joke.
Mm.
No, but did you hear like the weird way they found him?
No.
So they got an anonymous caller.
What?
Apparently he was having, and this is all hearsay of what I've heard like on the news sources and what have you, but he was having like a party to watch a game or something.
Okay.
And the police got a call, anonymous tip that like, hey, something's wrong with Mac Miller.
Oh, shit.
Please send help. And they got there and the place was cleared out. There were no drugs, like absolutely no drugs. They could not find any drugs, but he OD'd.
That's like some
So,
Illuminati shit.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You know what probably honestly happened was he probably OD'd. Everyone freaked the fuck out, didn't want to be responsible for anything.
Yeah.
Took everything they could. Not like all of his shit, but probably just took everything so they weren't like traced back or so. I don't even know. They just probably just took all the drugs, took everything out of there and got the fuck out.
That
Someone's
would
like,
be-
we need to call the cops.
That's what I think too.
That's
I don't think there was
probably-
anything shady.
That's a little, I don't know. That has me a little skeptical too, though.
I think it's shitty that happened, and I'd like to think, Johnny, if I ever OD, like stick with me when the
Definitely,
cops
man.
get there,
I got
okay?
you.
Even if you're high as fuck,
They'll
just
punch
be
you with
like,
that- what is that thing where
an EpiPen?
No. They've got it's like an endorphin thing where they punch it in your chest. It's for people who overdose. You've never heard of this?
No, I have.
Okay.
I watched
No.
Dr. House, man.
Okay, there you go.
I can just imagine
What
though
is it
you
called?
like drunk off your ass, and you're like,
I
holy
wouldn't have
shit,
one.
and you like pull out your pocket
Where would
knife
I
just
get
to be
that?
like, we got it.
All right, Mike. I'm sorry, bro. This is gonna bring you two. I'm just stabbing you in the chest.
You
with
have
it.
the best intentions, but you just fucking stab
Jesus,
me.
where would I get this fucking pen at though? Oh god, no. The ambulances have those. The paramedics
Yeah,
have
the
those. I wouldn't have that shit.
Yeah,
I just
so-
keep one on deck when I'm around you.
Just
Mike
in case.
Mike likes to party, so I better keep one of these with me.
Oh yeah, you know me.
Oh yeah,
Party animal.
big timer.
But yeah, I think it's weird. And I saw a lot of people online debating this whole thing about, whether this was like a mental disorder where like people are always doing this thing where they're overdosing.
Yep.
And people were getting angry and saying, you shouldn't worry about that. You should worry about cancer and, stuff like that that we should be paying attention to. And I don't think people who don't want help should have sympathy, but I do think people who want help know they have a problem and are trying to address it. Like, that should be seen as something that we need to address.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say a lot of people die because of it.
Because of drug ODing?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a big issue right now. Probably one of the bigger epidemics of our time.
Mm-hmm.
And everything, what is it called? Not opioids, the opioid
right.
epidemic. I don't know what he was into, but I knew he was addicted to drugs for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the whole, like, everyone's like attacking his ex-girlfriend Ariana Grande because she like, so they say she didn't try to help, but I've heard that she was like really trying to get him to clean himself up.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
And it's like, how fucking shitty do you have to be to blame a person, too?
It's pretty awful.
It's like, it's your fault you didn't help enough. That's fucking
man.
Terrible.
Exactly.
That's so shitty.
You can't put that on one person.
It's like, what do you want me to do? It's
Exactly.
like, you want me to knock Johnny's Coors Light out of his hand? It's like, that's not going to go well. He's going to kick me out of his fucking house.
You bring 24 cases of beer. Why don't you just drink a whole case of beer then? Just drink them all if you like beer. I'm just like getting drunk. All right. It sounds good, man. Thanks.
It's like, hey.
That's hilarious. No, but it's fucked up that they went after her because she really did. I think she did care for him.
Yeah.
Not that I know anything about the news.
It's not her fucking, like, job.
Right. He's
like,
a grown man.
That's something you have to fight as well. You need help. I really think that. But the first step is, like, you fucking manning up to it.
Did he ever go to rehab or anything?
That I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to really say too much.
Really, all I saw was on the news. What was some articles going around. I didn't dig too deep just because there wasn't much to look into.
Yeah,
you know?
I know exactly what you mean.
I just saw some fights starting to happen on Facebook, and I was like, guys, the dude's dead. It doesn't matter what he died from. Like,
exactly.
He's dead.
Yep, exactly.
Like, that's sad.
It sucks, and he was a young guy, too.
26. I'm like, fuck, that's me.
He's as old as you?
Yeah. Well,
wow.
I'm still 25. Hold the phone. Hold the phone.
Sorry. I jumped the gun.
Still got a few
I just
months.
constantly think you're a year older than I am for some reason.
Because I was a year older than you in high school.
That's why. That's why.
You started early, though, and I was later.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's messed up, man. He was a young man, and he was a super talented guy, too.
Definitely.
I liked his music. I didn't listen to a whole lot of it, but the things I did listen to, I was like, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a good white rapper. You know, good stuff. Also in the news, speaking of stand-up comedy again from earlier, so Louis C.K. Recently went back on stage after a huge scandal that broke out, and he got in some hot water. Did you know about anything that's been going on with him?
You kind of refreshed I remember he was kind of showing his stuff around, and I remember this being huge, at the beginning of the year or something like that. And then it just kind of nothing was ever said. And then you mentioned it again tonight. So
so he so what happened with him was he basically pulled out his junk in front of two female comedians and jerked off into either it was messing around with his junk in front of them against their will. He asked me, he's can I fucking do this? And they're like, no, and he did it anyways. I think something along those lines. Don't quote me word for word, but
quote him, guys.
That happened. He pulled out his junk in front of two younger stand-up comedians who were not cool with it.
Yeah,
and that got brought to light, and he was publicly scorned. He got all of his not his development deals, but his contracts with he was on different TV shows. He had his own show called Louie. People, were really starting to boycott his tours. He was really hurting financially from that. They took a lot of shit was, as should happen probably for something like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That's pretty fucked up. But everyone was very upset. A few weeks ago he was on hiatus from stand up for probably a little over 6 months, I think.
Okay.
Maybe more, maybe less, I'm not sure. I'm going to say around half a year, not a full year. Let me see. Does this article say when he went up?
That's that celebrity status, though. You get. You
2018.
think you can do whatever you want?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. And he was on that level of he was a pretty well-known rock star comedian.
Yeah,
people love Louis. He has so many specials online and on TV, and he's got his own TV show, and he's super smart, super super funny. But he went back up on stage for the first time in a long time. I guess not a long time. For some people, it wasn't long enough. Some people didn't think he should have went back up on stage.
Yeah.
It was 6 months, and people were very upset because he popped in. These stand-up comedians that do spots at clubs.
Yeah.
They have special guests pop in that aren't on the lineup so you don't know who's coming in. Sometimes people just pop in and they bump other comics and they go out in front of them or whatever, in the order. So Louis like popped in at like one of his favorite clubs in New York City. A lot of people were upset because they didn't get the choice to I guess like say that they wanted to see him or not. He was just there all of a sudden on stage.
And you can't like you can leave, but like
could,
you also want to see the rest of
But
the
you
show.
paid to see other comics too, which I understand. Like
yeah.
There's a lot of people that were like really upset that they didn't get the choice. Like they weren't going to be like, or they didn't like publicize that he was going to be there. He just kind of popped up and
they
he was
probably
there.
did it on purpose, not
Well, yeah. And some people say that he didn't give it enough time before he got on stage. Some people are saying it's enough time. Like, and I understand from both ways. Like, you want, like, what's supposed to happen? Like, is the guy supposed to not make a living anymore? Is that what's, like, what people want? They want to see him just, like, be completely poor. He's got, like, 3 kids. Should they take all, like, not allow him to work?
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up. Like, aren't you supposed to be, like, aren't you like wanting to help someone like rehabilitate themselves? Like that's why people go to prison. You hope,
right?
You hope that they come out a better person. 6 months might not be long enough. I understand that, but you can't just completely write the guy off and like leave him for dead.
Yeah.
Because of something terrible he did wrong. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think if people want to go see him, that's their own decision.
Right.
I think he is a garbage human. Which is fine.
It's pretty fucked up. Most comedians are pretty fucked up.
Yeah. But and I won't go see any. I won't support him anymore. But I think if he wants to keep doing it, do it. And if people want to go see him, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're fucking awful. Support. Yeah. Do what the fuck you want. It reminds me, and I like comparing things to things that are completely different.
Like Nintendo.
It reminds me, no, not like that.
Not another Nintendo reference.
Nintendo.
Okay.
This reminds me of PewDiePie.
Oh yeah.
He was one of my favorite YouTubers, and then he did this whole like parody bit off of Jews. He said death to all Jews, and he sent it to someone who like opened a sign, they danced to it.
That's right. I remember this.
Yeah.
We might have talked about that.
We might have.
We might have talked about that.
I like comparing things to YouTube because that's most of my knowledge.
Yeah.
And he did the same thing. He apologized, and he's like, I know I made this mistake. And he makes other mistakes. He said the N-word live. Huge mistake.
Damn.
But
especially with all those followers he has.
Oh yeah, he's like the number one. He's the face of YouTube, and YouTube is trying their fucking hardest to not make him the face of YouTube.
That's probably smart.
Now, I think there's a big difference between being racist and pulling your dick out in front of 2 women.
Yeah.
And I still watch PewDiePie. I don't think he's as good as he was, and
Probably
I think he made bad decisions, but I don't think they were intended with any kind of. What is the word? I'm going to mispronounce it. Malice?
Yeah, you're right.
Malice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he intended that. I think Louis
C.K.
Louis.
Formerly known as Louis.
I think that's just... You have to be like...
Oh, yeah, he's
conscious of what you're doing.
Well, he was pretty messed up, too, I think.
Yeah.
I
think if he learned from it and he wants to keep doing his career, if he wants to keep doing this, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think if he honestly, figured shit out from this and he learned a lesson, cool. I think he should be able to do this stuff. I don't think he should come to things where they don't know he's coming. I think that's just bad planning.
Kind of weird.
But if he made a show, I think it would sell out still. I still think people would see, and
people would buy tickets.
And
definitely.
I think everybody would want to know his side of the story.
That's
too.
the thing. I don't think he talked about it
No.
in his set. I don't think he talked. Excuse me. I don't think he talked about what happened when he first got back on stage.
And I think he would be a fool not to talk about it.
I heard another podcaster who's also a comedian say they would have got back on stage the next day and just talked about everything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The more you hide from it, the more you let it set in, the harder it is to change people's minds.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's exactly.
Or to explain, even if you're wrong, be like, I did something wrong. This was my fault. I apologize for it. I know it was wrong. That's all you have to do.
Exactly.
But he didn't.
Yep. He
That's
kind
the
of waited. He
problem.
kind of waited it out. I don't know if he apologized to the women or not. But yeah, it's really messed up because some people just don't want him ever to work again. Some people are just wanting to see him dead. But I think
if that's the case, just don't go to his fucking shows
Exactly.
then. If you have a problem with it, just boycott it.
Exactly. And that's with anything, really.
Yeah.
Especially with all the shit that's been going on.
Because if people are really as despicable as that, then that'll show. Like you
Right.
said, people pulled out already from his stuff.
Exactly. Oh yeah, yeah. People won't probably. I mean, people won't
People
work with
won't.
him.
I don't think they ever will
People
again.
won't work with him like his, people that work with him.
That's
in
something
the
that's going to
past.
stick with him for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He's going to have that always there.
Yep, and that's pretty fucked up. I mean, that's a pretty big punishment too. On top of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's messed up, man. So there's some crazy shit going on in the world. Oh, dude. Did you see? I know this is kind of late news, but
Late news.
Rick and Morty. Did we talk about how they got signed to? How many seasons was it?
Oh yes, we did.
Did we talk about that?
I think just you and I were chatting about it. For you guys who don't know, Rick and Morty, they kept bugging the creators like, when is season 4 going to come out? When is season 4 going to come out? Whose dick do I have to suck to get season 4 coming out?
Oh.
And he's like, actually, guys, Rick and Morty is canceled.
Oh yeah, that.
And everyone was like, what?
No, and then didn't they just get signed for like 10 new seasons?
But then, yes, they released that they have been like re-signed for, it was something crazy like that. 10 seasons is nuts. What other show do you know that has 10 seasons?
Dude, probably like Friends or something like that.
Oh yeah, that would be the
That's
one.
about it.
Isn't that crazy though? Rick and Morty is such like an amazing show that boom, 10 seasons they're getting re-signed for. And that's why nobody believed them, at least nobody who's intelligent, knew that they were canceled.
For 97 more years, Morty. I want that McNugget sauce, Morty. Season 9 more seasons, Morty.
9 more seasons. And he's right.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty exciting stuff. I love that cartoon so much.
Rick and Morty is the best show of our
It's pretty
generation.
fucking awesome.
Easily.
Oh.
I think. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I was going to just change subjects real quick.
Hold on. One more thing.
Okay. What were you going to say?
I do think Rick and Morty is changing, though. And I'm curious to what your opinion is. The first 2 seasons, they didn't have like a very thorough plot that they went through, but the 3rd season, it's kind of developing something.
It's more of an episodic. That's what they call it. Like
Yeah.
South Park did the same thing. Every episode was different in the beginning.
Right.
Where it would be like Family Guy, where everything reset at the end of the episode.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Rick and Morty's, and then like South Park had that, and then they kind of changed it so each season goes, it doesn't end. The story doesn't end at the end of each episode.
Yeah.
They leave you with a little cliffhanger, then the story continues from that previous episode.
Do you like that better?
I like it a lot better.
Okay.
A lot better.
I was
man.
just curious. I like it too.
Yeah.
Because they did it with Adventure Time. I love Adventure Time. It recently ended, R.I.P. And they did
Really?
the same thing. Like every episode was something different. It's
Okay.
not so much that everything reset,
Yeah.
but it was just different. And then the 3rd season, it started making a plot.
Yeah.
It started following things. Then it got real fucking dark.
Exactly.
And then now it's ended. And apparently the ending was really fucked up.
An Adventure Time?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
People were saying it was dark. Parents were like emailing people saying like it was too sad for their
Really?
kids and shit.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, fuck me, I
Dude,
want to watch this.
That's crazy. The only thing I like about the like whole non-episodic, like that everything resets, is you can literally watch every episode and not have any idea of the previous episode or any history of the show.
Right.
Like it's mindless. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You just can watch it,
I
turn
think
it
that's
on.
nice too.
It's
Yeah.
nice for some shows, like Family Guy. It's perfect. Show
Something
for
you're
it.
just watching to like not intelligently
exactly.
watch
Just kind of zone
on
out.
background music, stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel you,
Yeah.
dude. Other news: the new Spider-Man game is taking the gaming world by storm, brother.
People love it. The old PlayStation 2 Spider-Man game. I don't know if
I
you
had
ever
it.
played this. Did you
I
play
had
it?
it. Yeah, I had it.
People are comparing it to that. They're saying like it's so nostalgic. We had a faithful listener, Tyler.
Yeah.
He actually Snapchat me. He's like, dude, next time you see Johnny, tell him he's a pussy
That's
for
my
not having a
boy.
PS4.
Pretty much.
Because the Spider-Man
He
game.
sent me a photo of the game that he bought. It was like the new Spider-Man game. I was
Mhm.
like, bro, I need to buy that. He's like, you can't. It's for Xbox or it's for PS4. I was like, no. I was like, God damn it. He's like, I'm with Mike on this one. You're gonna need to buy a PS4, dude.
Bro, I need to buy it. You can't.
I was like, oh shit,
Dude, if you need to watch some gameplay because it's just wild.
I've seen a little bit of the open world like thing where he's just like slinging web through town, like.
It's just so smooth. I played like a little bit of it, and you can just get places. It's not like tedious to where like Skyrim is kind of tedious.
Like getting
and
places?
Yeah.
It sucks.
But it's so smooth. The graphics are beautiful. The combat is very. Did you ever play the Arkham Asylum games?
Yes. It's
Very
like that.
similar to that, yeah. But
That
you
was
have
awesome.
more like abilities.
That's cool. There was like a meme or something on Facebook or on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. It was like PS4 Spider-Man. It was like Xbox One Spider-Man. It was like the Lego Spider-Man. And he kept on like, if you had to travel anywhere, it was like one string at a time. And he's like the Lego man, like. It's like barely moving. I think the other one's like slinging web going like miles on miles and like flying through the park and stuff. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah. So get on your fucking.
I need to buy PS4.
You do.
I guess I need to.
Take a trip to old disc replay
And buy a used one?
Buy a used one.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Because all they do is they just fucking reset the memory. So.
Right. Yeah. Can you add memory to a
yes,
PS4? Yeah.
you can. I would strongly suggest to buy the 1 terabyte one that comes with it.
Makes sense.
Just because I'm down to the point where I only have like 20 or so games, and I'm getting close.
Right.
And they give every month like free games. I'm always downloading those free games.
No shit.
And it's still even more and more and more.
Yeah. I would be doing the same thing probably, especially if I use that for like my main console.
Heck yeah.
That's why I always just buy, when I ever buy something, except for, or whenever I buy something, whenever I buy something like tech, I usually try to get the biggest memory on that fucker.
You have to.
Except for my Mac, because it is insanely expensive to get like the biggest freaking iMac with the most memory and RAM on it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
I can't afford this
$1,000
shit. Yeah.
For memory.
It's like $3,000 for the biggest computer. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
You know what you should do? You should wait until Black Friday comes rolling around. Because doesn't your mom like hit Black Friday pretty hard? Yeah, there you go.
You know she does. Carol's out there standing in line at Kohl's at like 3 a.m. trying to get those deals.
Oh, jeez.
Trying to get that Turkey Day deal. That post-Turkey Day deal, baby.
Man.
That's funny. Guys, as we've mentioned before, we're part of a fucking podcasting network called the Quadratic Equation.
I'm so happy you got it.
Got
that
it
was
right
great.
this time,
that was great.
baby. And we're just a bunch of podcasters who are friends and like to promote each other's work. So we're going to play a quick fucking segment from one of our friends at the Quadratic Equation, and we'll be right back after this short break. Oh shit!
Bringing back fond memories of Guitar Hero.
You like this? Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. This is on Guitar Hero,
Heck
man.
yeah, man.
While I eat my pizza, I'm listening to some The Strokes, baby. Welcome back to the Cyber Shindig podcast, everybody. Buddy. We hope you had a good break. Hopefully you enjoyed those words from some of our friends over the Quadratic Equation. Guys, this is our favorite part of the freaking whole show. This is where we listen to all your stupid ass freaking voicemails that come in every week.
Road
Clayton mostly. And yeah, we listen to them and we see what's going on. So let me pull up our voicemail page here because I was ill-prepared.
Before I forget, we should definitely address Ro's recent purchase.
What did he just purchase?
He purchased, and he put this on Instagram last night, and I saw this, and I almost lost my shit. He has what looks to be like a suitcase that is full of dirt.
That's what... Oh, excuse me. I'm eating a piece of pizza right now. And between...
So
punches,
I said, what? Look at this cool dude with his little bucket of dirt. # dirt.
And I replied, I got on the train with Mike, and I was like, I wish I could be as cool as you one day. Or what? Be as cool as you in your bucket of # dirt.
#dirt.
So fucking funny.
And some other guy was like, whoa, look at this dirt. Much gardening, such dirt.
That's pretty damn funny.
So, Ro, I'm really jealous of your little suitcase of dirt. I think that's real cute.
That is,
and,
yeah, it's pretty fucking funny.
Very suiting of a man of your masculinity.
See, that's what happens when you get real bored and you're on the West Coast and don't have any wild game to go after. So, yeah, that's what, I mean, you get into growing things.
Yeah, that or hunting humans.
Or hunting humans.
I guess you picked the right choice, Ro.
Yeah, good for you, Ro. I mean, honestly, that's probably the best. You were never good at hunting anyway, so
whoa,
maybe gardening is your calling.
I've heard that rumor.
He's going to be a groundskeeper somewhere.
Nice, just like Hagrid.
Just like Hagrid.
Yeah.
He's got to be a couple 100 more pounds. Actually, you'd probably be all right.
You know what we should do, Johnny, now that you mentioned Hagrid?
What?
We should have on November, like a no-shave November deal.
I hate it, man.
I know.
People keep asking me if I'm going to grow it out because people do that for duck season too.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
We can do it with our listeners, see if
bothers
Ro
me.
can grow anything.
He can't, and it's disgusting, and I think he has to shave for the Navy anyways.
Fuck.
And mine is pretty nasty too. Like, I can grow a pretty mean mustache and beard, but it's just getting to that stage where it's like nice.
The in-between is so disgusting.
It's not a pretty thing, and I have to see different people every day, and I don't know. I'm self-conscious about the old facial hair. I shave
right.
I try to shave every other day.
If you guys want to send us some pictures of you and your facial hair on No Shave November.
Your facial hair, not any other type of hair, please.
I mean, okay, just facial hair then.
Yeah.
Man, Johnny, crushing my dreams.
I don't want to see any bush. All right? God. All right, guys, we're going to start playing some voicemails here. So if you haven't called us yet, get your life together and give us a ring at 219-552-1128 and just leave us a voicemail. Just say, hey, just, tell us
it.
Just tell us what you're doing right now, Tell us how life's been. So we're going to play last week we didn't get to all of them, so we're going to play all the old messages first. We might not get to all of them today, so don't be fucking sending us some hate mail or sending me some text messages or Snapchats being like, what the fuck, man? I sent you a voicemail and you didn't play it. So just get over it. Here comes the first one.
Laying down the law.
That's right.
Hey, guys. It's Tyler Edwards. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Nice.
Hey.
I apologize in advance if I fuck up at all during this voicemail because it's 3:30 in the morning right
Holy
now,
shit.
and I'm still driving back from Columbus from the WWE show I was at last night, so I'm trying to kill some time. I feel like
We just talked about this on the break, didn't we?
Yeah, I was saying, Tyler, like, how I'm jealous of you. You're always doing these cool things I see on Snapchat. I was like, damn, he is, like, living his life to the fullest. Like, good for him.
Dude, he is always doing shit. Like, he's always out doing stuff, like, with the WWE, all sorts of crazy shit, man. It's pretty
And he has a PlayStation 4, so all-around cool dude.
He's a wild man, all right? Ladies, I think he's single. Pick him up. Do yourself a favor. Get you a man that fucking gets down with the WWE, BB. All right, let's see what else he says.
get home. Listen to the most recent episode. Really enjoyed it again. Congrats on making it to 20 episodes, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, baby.
As for Halloween costume suggestions, I'm thinking maybe you guys come up with something Pokemon related.
Ooh.
I don't really know too much about that, but I'm sure you guys.
Pokemon related.
All right, I'll be Ash, and you can be Jigglypuff.
Oh, come on. I knew that was going to fucking happen. I'll be...
I want to be Brock. Brock is fucking cool, yeah.
I'll be Misty. I'll be Nurse Joy. I'll dress
Joy?
up as a nurse, and then you could just fucking try to get after it every time I come in the room.
It's pretty much our relationship as it
Oh
is, so
my God.
sounds good.
Pretty much. Jesus.
Think of something. Another reason I was calling was, John, thanks for the heads up on the Hinge dating app. It's definitely a lot better than Tinder or Bumble.
Told you. It is a lot better than all those dating apps. Honestly, I haven't been on it a whole lot recently, but yeah, it's a good app. If you're still single and you're ready to mingle or whatever the fuck you want to say, get on that Hinge, baby.
Although I do have an amazing Tinder bio, which I'll send you a snap of it. You guys can read on the
Please do.
He does, and he sent it to me, and I'm looking for it right now, and I can't.
Is that what you were
fucking
doing?
Find it on my phone.
I was
And
like,
I'm
"Did you
so
playing Angry
bummed
Birds?"
because
I'm so bummed.
because it's so good. I'm trying to find it. It must have not saved. I screenshotted it. He sent me a snap of it, and he actually told me. I think he might have shared it on Facebook. I might be able to find it, but it is hilarious. It's probably one of the like funniest and like cleverest, most clever like Tinder bio I've ever seen. He called himself like Tinderella, like trying to find his like, you know what I mean, like shit like that.
Amazing.
It was really funny.
Tinderella.
I'm sorry, Tyler. I can't fucking find it. I got a new phone recently, and I don't know if it was saved on my other one.
Send it to us again.
Email it to us at cybershindig@gmail.com.
Yes. Can pause and read it.
Sorry.
I'm sure you guys will get a good laugh out of it.
It's a good one.
So, yeah, definitely liking that. I was curious. You sent me that snap a couple weeks ago of basically your dream girls. It was a picture of her with a Coors Light.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a while ago. Do you remember that? This is funny because this was like a few weeks ago.
I do.
And it was like a girl with like a Coors Light in her hand. It was like a pretty girl. It was like heavy breathing. I put in parentheses. I screen grabbed
Yeah,
it.
you sent
And I
that.
sent it to, like, I knew Tyler listened to this, so he knew I loved Coors Light. And I
Heavy
sent it to him.
breathing.
He's like, sounds like a match made in heaven, bro, or something. Pretty funny.
Curious to see if that went anywhere
No, it didn't.
or if nothing happened.
It was
And,
Diet Coors Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
haven't been using it on Twitter or Instagram, but I'll say it on the voicemail. Fuck bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck Ro.
Fuck you fucking asshole. You
Suck
remember
a
that?
dick. Suck two dicks.
Suck two of them. Oh, Jesus.
Looking forward to the next episode, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
buddy.
sure I'll talk to you guys sometime this week.
Hell yeah.
Later.
Love you, Tyler. Like I said, send that fucking Tinder profile to me.
Yeah.
Because it is really funny and really good.
I love clever Tinder profiles. They're
pretty,
the best.
It's pretty rad. Okay, here is our next one.
Hey guys, it's Mallory.
What's up, Mel?
I just wanted to call in regards to the T-shirt that Mike was wearing when you recorded your last episode.
Oh, it was the one of Mal.
Oh,
Before
yeah,
last
of Mal.
episode. So it's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm
podcasts
trying
ago.
to like get my timeline in
I know,
order.
it's kind of fucked up. It's the one. It was the one of her as
like
a
by
child.
a pool. Yeah.
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 like,
Okay.
As a toddler.
I'm in the middle of listening to it right now, episode 20. But the T-shirt that Mike was wearing with my picture on it
Creepy.
it was not taken in the South or California or anywhere like that. It's just me at Navy Pier in Chicago as a child sitting by the little like fountain area. And the Ferris wheel is like behind me or something.
At least it wasn't Indiana.
Yeah.
I thought it was just me, just somewhere in Indiana. Like, oh, that sucks. Chicago's at least nice.
Yeah. So just for some reference, it's at Navy Pier. And it wasn't a onesie, Michael. It was just a full Cinderella outfit that I got for my like 3rd birthday. Okay.
Freaking idiot,
My
Mike.
apologies.
So-
God
Christ.
damn.
Yeah. Have a good day. Bye.
Thanks for the call, Mel. Thanks for clearing that up for us
Yeah.
too. I was
Giving
like,
us those deets.
that was hilarious. That shirt was so fucking funny. I loved it.
Jonathan.
Oh.
Michelle. Just kidding. I know it's Michael.
Ooh.
Trying to make you sound exotic. You foreign traveler, you. Anyways, you guys asked me what my favorite milkshake was between 2 restaurants.
Did we?
I don't think we did we? I don't think we did.
I hope we didn't.
Last time we heard from Tug, he was laying down in a Denny's parking lot.
Oh wait, I did. I said, "Do you prefer?" This is
Was
true.
it
Sorry,
Wendy's?
Tug. I forgot. It's been a while. I said between Wendy's and McDonald McFlurries.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we talked about that because you like the M&Ms.
I like the M&M McFlurries.
I like the
yeah,
Oreo.
Yeah. Funny story. After that episode, I stopped at Dairy Queen actually, and I got
Nice.
a fucking milkshake.
I almost stopped at DQ on my way home today.
Really?
Instead, I picked up a pizza from the gas station.
Ah, you bitch.
I know. I was
Wrong
like,
decision.
I don't feel like crapping my pants on the podcast, so I'll just get something that I can stomach. All right, onward.
You guys did not guess the restaurant that I like my milkshake. Side note, I'm horribly lactose intolerant.
God.
And feels like I'm shitting out my intestines whenever I have any dairy. However, I do splurge and have some sometimes.
Ew.
Mostly it's a cheese cube, smoked Gouda.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
some cheese and probably about a box of wine.
Oh my God.
That's
Okay.
my normal diet.
Wine and
Anyways,
cheese.
being lactose intolerant and an alcoholic, I normally go to Dairy Queen.
Oh my God.
I ask for 18 servings of the cotton candy that goes in the cotton candy blizzard.
Cotton candy.
Oh my God. 18
No.
servings of the cotton candy.
Cotton candy's the worst.
Have you ever had it?
Scientifically, it is no, but scientifically, it's the worst flavor.
Scientifically, really?
Scientifically,
They
dude, I don't know.
Okay, is there stats to back this up?
Johnny was looking at me like real serious, like, "Holy shit, I didn't know that."
I was like, "Damn, dude, Mike did some research on
no,
Dairy Queen."
scientifically, in my opinion,
Okay.
it's fucking trash. I hate cotton candy. Tug, I love you, but you're wrong with your ice cream decision. Listen to me, Tug. If you're lactose intolerant, eat some yogurt.
There you go.
I don't know if that fixes it, but do it anyhow.
That'll clean you out.
Yeah.
You'll be blowing. You'll be testing your plumbing in your building. That's
Heck
for
yeah.
sure.
I just love the cotton candy.
What the fuck?
Then I pour about 10 shots of Everclear in it.
Oh my God.
And that's what I call my morning shake. I'm normally throwing up by lunch.
Oh my gosh.
Another favorite of mine is their gravy. Their
Oh,
pepper
yeah.
gravy.
People love their gravy.
Their gravy that you get with the chicken baskets.
Yep.
Do you know my mom was on Weight Watchers for a while, and I would like look through her like point book.
Yeah, don't say it.
I told you about this, didn't
Yeah.
I? She was like a lot of like 30 points a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then I looked up all these like crazy like fast food chains. DQ's Chicken Basket, the highest amount of points. It's like 67 points, enough for 2 days worth of food for most people.
Oh my god.
I
The
was like,
gravy itself
whoa.
is like 30 points.
That's if
isn't
you
it?
eat it all. Yeah, I mean, I'm not eating
Well,
the whole
fuck.
thing usually.
I don't know about that. I fucking eat it.
You eat every last fry, both pieces of bread, and all the chicken?
Yes.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
You're an animal.
Well, when I was a kid, my grandparents, we went out to eat a lot, which looking back on it, it's probably why I was so unhealthy back then. But anyhow, they would always say, we don't care what you get, but you better fucking eat it.
Wow. That's like the whole clean your plate.
Yeah. They
thing.
were
That was
aggressive with it.
terrible. That's awful.
So I ate everything.
Clean your
and I
plate?
just kind of came up with my adulthood, same thing.
You just clean your plate.
Yeah, and that's why...
Clean your basket, your
I
chicken basket.
Clean that basket clean. I licked the
Get
fucking
all
wrapper.
that gravy out of there. Come on. No gravy left behind. That's my motto.
That's going to be the title of the episode.
No gravy left
behind.
behind. I like it. I'm writing that down. Oh, god dang. Okay, onward.
I'll get some McDonald's fries and pepper gravy and just go to town.
That sounds good, actually.
If you could build your favorite meal from fast food restaurants, what would it be? Starting with main course, side dish, drink, and second side dish.
Jeez, 2 side dishes? So 2 side dishes, a course, and a drink?
Yeah.
That's all for now. Almost at my time limit.
He's right. He knows.
Ciao.
Or they know. Tug knows.
Tug knows.
That's
Tug knows.
That's the preferred pronoun for
Michael
them.
and Jonathan.
Tug, thank you so much for answering that question. I have another question for you, so you can call in again, because
Yeah,
I
of
love it
course.
when you call in. Tug, what is your favorite holiday?
What a random question. I'm excited for that one, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good question for Tug. I've got a question for Tug. Boxer briefs or tidy whities?
Yeah.
What's your preferred what are you, a cotton guy? Are you a silk guy or a person? Excuse me for the pronoun.
Tug.
I'm not assuming your pronoun.
Tug.
Are you a cotton person or a silk tug? Or I don't know. Let us know. What are you into as far as your undergarments? You know what I mean?
I'm curious.
Nah, man.
And what color?
Yeah, exactly. What color preference?
Yeah, that's half.
So
the question.
Tug asked us what would be like our perfect combination.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking
that's a
he's
good
just like
question,
mix and
too.
match and everything.
Yeah.
Dude, for one of my sides for sure, I know it's gonna be Pizza Hut's breadsticks.
Damn.
Because I'm all about Pizza Hut
Damn.
breadsticks.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good side.
Pizza Hut breadsticks, probably a Wendy's Baconator.
Dude,
am I right?
You are
or am
fucking
I
right
there.
Everybody gave me shit when we went camping
I
for getting a
love
Baconator. They're like, Mike, you're gonna be
I just
gassy.
didn't
I'm
wanna
like, I had the option.
I got like a single cheeseburger because I didn't want to shit my pants while we were camping. If I was at home, I definitely would have joined you.
Yeah.
If I had like the choice of using my home bowl, my home toilet bowl, I would have got a Baconator too. But I would do the Baconator, breadsticks from what do you call it? Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got to be some kind of French fries from somewhere.
McDonald's. Mine would be McDonald's French fries.
Hot McDonald's French fries.
Yeah,
like they
best
got to be
French
right
fries.
out of the fryer.
Mhm.
That probably a large Coke or like a big ass Coke.
Yeah.
And that would be my like perfect match.
Your last meal.
That'd be it. If I had to choose it from some fast food
Fast food.
chains, I wouldn't be doing any stupid shit like Taco Bell.
Nah.
I'm not trying to eat that cat meat,
Nah.
poison shit.
Taco Bell's the
fucking
worst.
lizard meat that they serve over there.
Lizard meat.
What would yours be?
Mine would probably be, I'd want a side of fried pickles from probably Chili's. I like their Chili's.
Chili's fried pickles?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't
I'm
been
kind
to
of cheating, Tug, because it's not fast food.
No, but it kind of is.
I'm adjusting to.
It's like a chain restaurant. I haven't been to a Chili's or a Applebee's in probably a year.
No joke.
2 years.
We got to hit it up.
I'd love
because I
Chili's.
live right next to
and
two.
Applebee's.
Yeah, both
Man,
of them.
It's good shit.
So the side would be the pickles. The main serving would be Tasty Top, actually, their burgers, because I don't know what the fuck it is. They put crack in their burgers.
They got
'cause it's
Mike
addicting.
They got Mike addicted.
It's so good.
Every time he rolls through, he has to stop and get a burger.
Fuck yeah. The other one would be the McDonald's French fries, because McDonald's French fries, I am convinced, are the best French fries.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of that gravy, that'd be awesome to get a little bit of like KFC gravy.
Ooh.
Just a dip.
Yeah, just a little dippy dip.
God damn.
And of course, a nice, cold, refreshing Dr. Pepper.
Just kidding, Dr. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're a Dr. Pepper
I'm
guy.
a Dr. Pepper guy. Now, let me tell you something, everyone. Do not get your Dr. Pepper from fucking Dairy Queen or Burger King.
What?
Because it doesn't fucking taste right. I don't
Really?
know what it is, and I don't like it.
Maybe
McDonald's,
they need to clean their lines or whatever.
Maybe, but it's been this way for fucking years, so they better get a hold of cleaning their
they're
shit.
doing something over there.
You got to get your Dr. Pepper from somewhere better. Now, preferably Subway, because out of everywhere, for some reason, Subway's Dr. Pepper tastes the best.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, when I used to work landscaping, my boss liked me a lot. Ro and I worked for the same.
He rubbed your
person.
back sometimes after
No,
work.
I was like the golden boy who couldn't get in any trouble. Ro
literally.
Did not like our boss. I wasn't a huge fan of him either, honestly. But he's all right. Anyways, he would like got me hooked on like Coke. He would get after work every day. We would drive to the McDonald's so he'd get a Diet Coke. He's like, the McDonald's, the one in Cedar Lake off 41. He's like, this one has the best Diet Coke. He's like, you want one? I was like, no, I'm good. He's like, just get one. He's like, I'm getting you one. And he got me one, and I drank it. I was like, this is pretty fucking good. Like, you're right, man. This is delicious. And then I'd just be like, I don't like Diet Coke, but I'll get like a regular Coke. They're pretty fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, I was never a Coke or Pepsi guy.
Mm-hmm.
Totally a Coke guy now.
Did I tell you what happened with Coke when I was in London?
No.
So-
Oh, yeah, you did. But tell everyone, yeah.
I hate Coke here. And I actually had a Coke the other night when I was at Cold Stone. Oh, fucking dessert would be Cold Stone.
Do we get to choose a dessert?
No, but say we do.
Screw it, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Cold Stone ice cream.
That's
Boom.
a good move.
But the Coke here tastes like really weird. But when I was in fucking London, that Coke tastes so good. I don't know if it's because it's in a glass bottle or what have
It's
you.
real sugar.
But
They use cane
holy
sugar.
shit. Dude, you can cane sugar all over
That's what
me
it is.
because
Oh, yeah.
it tasted fucking
I'm about to
good.
cane sugar up on that mouth, boy. No, that's what it is, because it was the same way in Africa.
Yeah.
They did the actual bottles of Fanta and Coke and all those products and Pepsi and stuff. And
It's so much better.
it tastes so good. You can buy bottles here.
Yeah.
You have to find them at like...
It's expensive.
You can't. Yeah, it is.
Dr. Pepper's just as good.
It is. Yeah, you can't go... Dr. Pepper is good.
Mhm.
I've been... Like, if I had to choose... What is happening? Okay. If I had to choose, like, a mixer for Jack and Cokes, I would choose Dr. Pepper instead
It's
of
got
Jack.
kind of that
You know what I mean?
cherry flavor, too, in it.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I like. It's
Yeah?
good stuff.
You like them cherries?
I like that cherry,
Ooh,
boy. You know? Okay, on to the next. Oh, shit. Almost skipped to halfway through.
Yes? This is Ro King. I think for Halloween, you should be a big penis. Because that's okay, and gays shouldn't be shamed. If they like penis or wiener, that's fine. It's okay.
Wait, so my question is, like, would one of us be the balls, and then the other one would be
Definitely.
like the shaft and head?
It'd be like a horse costume, like a two-part horse costume. I'd be on the bottom being the balls. My face would be like maybe in one of them. And then your head would be on the head of the penis. So
Dude,
it'd work out.
That's a beautiful
You'd
costume
be on my
idea.
shoulders probably, and we would walk around. You'd be erect the whole night. It'd be perfect.
I usually am, so.
And you'd have like two little like squish up like air filled balls that like made veins like appear on the shaft a little bit.
John, you're getting very.
All right, we're making this happen. I'm building this costume now.
Johnny's gonna get into crafts really quickly here.
I'm just like a massive like I'm distributing penis costumes throughout the
Dude,
US.
people would probably buy the shit out of it.
If it was a good build, yeah, definitely.
Good build.
I'm gonna bring this on Shark Tank. See what they say. I'd
Yeah,
make the
please do.
I'd make the one girl get in there, the old lady. All right, you're gonna love this.
Oh,
Get on my
man.
shoulders real quick.
It works. Just visualize it.
If you blow in this straw, a bunch of water comes out of the top of the wiener.
No, not water, milk.
It's milk. It's rum
Almond
chata.
milk.
Rum
Rum
chata comes out the top. If you're at a party, you're shooting rum chata. All you're
Perfect.
You're splooging rum chata.
We're
all over.
trademarking that. Nobody here can
Yeah,
take
you
the
hear
idea.
that? Don't steal my shit. All right, guys. Some fucking. That's a good costume. He's got more.
Okay.
All right.
Sarah has a penis, actually. She was born a dude. And told me
Sarah, I never knew that. I wonder if Ro knows apparently because he's calling in. Jesus Christ.
Good for you, Ro, being
her
open-minded.
face. So there's still a giant black penis between her legs, and I love it. That's about it. Hashtag fuck Roe and
Yeah.
the free world and the police.
Hashtag fuck Roe and the free world and the police.
Because I'm a felon. One time diddled a whole school bus of kids.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I just spit out a whole mouthful of beer on that one. He's really coming clean on this podcast. He diddled a whole school bus full of kids.
Just diddled them, man.
Jesus, bro. Yeah. How do you live with you? How do you sleep at night, man?
Well, apparently with that big black dick next to him.
Sarah's black dick. Hashtag Sarah's black dick. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
And, I watch gypsy porn. Okay, bye.
Nice. Is that any good? I need to get on that gypsy porn train.
Oh, my God.
Gypsy porn, baby. Oh, my goodness.
Make sure you definitely write down that hashtag Sarah's black dick.
Hashtag Sarah's black dick. He's going to be on our
God.
post. Too funny. Did you hear that?
I heard
too?
it again,
There's all sorts
yeah.
of popping
Ghosts.
going on. It's so weird.
Ghosts.
All right, here's the next one. Oh, why do I keep skipping to the middle of these things? Okay, here we go.
And so last year it didn't work out. However, this year, this is Clay.
Jesus.
Hey, Michael. Hi, Jonathan.
What's up, Clay?
That was a weird way to start a voicemail, wasn't
was
it?
just
First
excited.
off, it sounded like he was talking to someone else. I think he's like, oh, I'm on the phone. Let me leave this voicemail real quick. What the fuck?
What we should do is all be Bob Ross again. We tried that last year and that didn't
We're not doing that, Clean. That's the dumbest fucking idea I've ever heard.
I just told Johnny, me and Mal watched Bob Ross the other night to calm down after the jigsaw puzzle incident.
Yeah, it's a good move. It's a good relaxation.
It's fucking good.
It's
Mal was like, holy shit, I'm relaxed.
It's like therapy, basically, with paint and afros.
work out. We have time to plan this year. This would be my parents in Indiana by you, Johnny, myself, Costin in Chicago, which is my twin brother, everyone, and Big Fat Roe King over in San Diego with his man girlfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call her, Sarah Fucker.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey, she's got a big black dick. You calm down, man.
You better settle down. She'll show it to you. I heard she'll show it to you for $5 and a box of goldfish.
Wow, what a steal!
It's got to be the cheddar blasted ones.
Aw,
The
I don't
flavor,
got those.
Flavor blasted.
We should all pick something we should all be. Or each member of, like, Scooby-Doo or something. That way we're all, like, we can post a group picture from everywhere else.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty neat.
I'd be down to do that, but not Scooby-Doo. Maybe, like, it'd have to be a big cast.
Ooh, what about King of the Hill?
That'd be funny.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
That'd be
hilarious.
simple, too, because it's just, like, plain clothing.
Only if Rose Peggy Hill.
Yes.
I'll be Bobby.
Yeah, you'll have to be Bobby.
That's my purse.
I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Oh, God.
That's a good idea. Or, like, I don't know. It'd have to be a funny cast. Like, maybe, like, I don't know.
Something like that.
Like a Stranger
bigger cast.
Things or something like that. It'd be fun. I don't know. Ro would be Dustin without the fucking teeth.
Dust? Oh, yeah. Shit.
He's fun.
Or we throw pointed bed sheets on our head and we be spooky ghosts. That's another one.
I don't know about that.
What was your guys' favorite Halloween costume and least favorite? I'm currently decorating my house for Halloween,
that's cool.
and it's only the beginning of September, so I'm that jackass.
Nice.
Anyway,
That's okay.
We've got one of those that live down the street.
Klansman King out, yo.
What are you saying?
I don't know.
Klansman King or Clayton
Oh,
King?
God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to say Clayton King
I
for
hope
the
so.
favorite Halloween costume and least favorite.
Shit.
Huh.
It's been so long. What are some of the Halloween costumes that you've been?
That I've
Were
been?
you Ash Ketchum?
No.
Really?
It was not Ash Ketchum.
That's really surprising.
I was very generic things. Like, I didn't do a lot of dressing up as a kid.
Yeah.
When I started middle school, actually, I stopped trick-or-treating. I went right to my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
Because they set, like, a little thing up and they scared kids.
For
and
kids?
I was like,
That's
fuck, I want to
awesome.
scare people.
Hell yeah, that's more fun.
But, shoot, I remember my favorite costume, actually. This is true. I was at Jessica Miller's house when we were in third grade. And it was a costume contest.
Yeah, great memory.
And I had like this Scream mask on that had like
nice.
blood coming down, and you could like,
Dude,
it was like a little bubble, and
I
you could
literally
like get it
had
in there.
one of those.
Did you
but
too?
it wasn't Scream. It was an alien mask. And you pump it up, and I remember the way the
Yeah, the
mask
blood,
smelled
like,
on the
came-
inside.
yeah,
you know
it
what I
was
mean?
gross.
Kind of weird.
That was probably my favorite costume because I fucking won that Halloween costume
Hell
like a fucking
yeah.
boss.
Like
I was known
boss.
through the third grade as holy shit, that kid's the one who won the fucking Halloween
That's the
costume.
blood scream mask guy. Watch
God
out.
Damn. Watch out for his dick.
He's
It's
got
swinging.
He's got a black dick too between his legs.
My least favorite costume. That's kind of hard. I had a lot of costumes and masks where it just was so fucking hot.
And it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And you had to take it off half the time to see where the hell you're going. Like shit like that.
One time, I forgot about this. Do you know those like fucking cardboard barrels that you like put stuff in? It's kind of like storage.
Cardboard barrels.
Yeah, it's like cardboard barrels.
Yeah, I know exactly. And there's a metal top and you clip it on.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got one next door. Some chemical comes
Yeah.
like that, like the chemical we order.
So this is my least favorite one. Check this out. So I fucking drilled a hole in it, 2 holes for like my hands to come out,
Were
and
you-
I hit the bottom.
Were you a battery?
No, worse. And I put like 2 pipes like sticking out from it, okay? And I painted it blue, and I was Blastoise.
What?
Listen here, though. Something I didn't account for. I couldn't fucking move my
Yeah,
arms.
I bet.
I was just like going around stiff
Like,
arm. I was like, well, if I put my fucking basket on like this and just be like,
Blastoise.
hey, trick or treat.
They're like, what are you, the fucking Tin Man or
It
something?
like
What's
looked
going on?
fucking stupid. I
You're a
remember.
Duracell battery?
I was so upset.
About to
And
roll
then I
you
was
down
like,
the hill. I'm surprised no trick-or-treaters rolled you down a hill and took your candy.
Yeah, I was still young. I was like in 5th grade when I was like, I want to be Blastoise.
Oh, my God. You nerd.
Yeah. What about you?
So, I was all sorts of weird things for Halloween. I was a hobo once.
I thought you were going to say I was a hoe once.
I was a hoe once. I worked the corner for candy all night. I was a homeless person, or like a hobo, like with like the like the gunny sack on a stick kind of thing.
Okay.
And I had like a flannel
That's
on.
kind of
and
fun.
It was, yeah. And then I was the Pope one year. I chose to be all these two. I was the Pope.
You wanted
I
to
had
be
like
the Pope.
I had a big cross, and I would bless people's homes when I'd go up to them.
That's so fucking weird.
I was like cloaked, like I had like masks most of like my like 5th grade through like 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah, same
And then
here.
I stopped around
They're
8th
so
grade.
fucking hot.
I know. I didn't really have a favorite Halloween costume, honestly.
No.
I had some cute ones when I was a kid. I was a cowboy. That was probably looking back. That was probably a favorite of mine, just to see me dressed up as like a cowboy. And I was a pirate once.
We got to find some
That was
pictures. When
cool.
Halloween comes
They're-
around, we got to post like pictures of
they're
us
here.
like when we were younger.
We should.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of them. I've got a lot of them. There's some good ones.
Mal and I went as like the couple from Paranormal Activity, Mika and whatever her name was, Katie.
You just follow around with the camera the whole night? That'd be hilarious.
Dude, I wish I would have
You
done
should
that.
have got like an old camcorder.
Now I was like after she killed me, so like I had my I
yeah.
had pajamas. We were just wearing pajamas and like blood was everywhere. And we asked someone, "Who do you think we are?" Because it was a very like no one knew who we are because it was stupid. It was a bad
Yeah.
idea. And someone's like, spousal abuse.
Not
You're like,
wrong.
What? No.
You just like you get like some weird like zip line to drag you up a set of stairs or some shit like paranormal. Paranormal.
That would have been fun
God,
too.
it
We
could
could have done a lot more with it, but
Oh,
we didn't
Jesus.
think it through.
Yeah,
this
you
was
would've-
only after the first movie
Oh,
too. We didn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
like the other ones to go off
If
of.
you would have had like a camcorder, you've been set.
Dude, that would have been so. I wish I would have thought of that.
That's so funny. All the weird shit in that. All right, I think we got time for one more here.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Hey, fuck you, John. Hey, Mike. So, quick question for you.
Yes.
Do you have a 401k or like any sort of retirement plan, like savings plan? The savings account doesn't count. Let me know. I know Johnny doesn't. He was talking about getting one, but should have one by now. He's just stupid and an idiot.
Wow.
Jeez.
But yeah, look into that. Look into investing because by the time we roll around to Social Security, we ain't going to be collecting it. It's probably not going to be around. So
That's true.
get Robinhood, get into stocks, get a 401k, get something like that.
Robinhood.
Bitch.
So I do, Ro. I am not in the place where I believe I will be for the rest of my life. So I don't put a lot into it. I put like the minimum amount.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd put in like the amount they are able to. Because my company actually matches it exactly.
No shit.
Yeah, which
That's
is kind of
awesome.
wild.
That's awesome.
I do not have any investments, but I want to. It's just actually Mallory, her employer, is one of the persons who works in the stock.
Yeah,
So,
so they
next
know
time I
what's
get
going
together
on.
with him, I want to like ask him like, hey, what's something good to invest in
There's
now?
an app that I've got. I haven't made any giant investments. Ro actually showed me it, and his roommate showed him it because he's an accounting guy. You know what I mean? He went to school for accounting.
Yeah.
And he's working in that field now. It's called Robinhood. If you guys
That's
haven't
what he
heard
said.
of it, yeah.
Okay.
It's called Robinhood. It's just an app that is basically like it has all the stocks, like the open stocks, like anything on the market. You can basically invest in on Robinhood.
Yeah.
And you search like the 3-letter symbol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you can buy whatever stocks. Like you could buy Google, it'll show you the stock, how much it costs. Like it'll show you the trends if it's going up or down. Like I probably only invest about $100-$200 right now. But
that's not
you
bad.
could buy No, you can't buy Bitcoin.
No, those are too expensive.
Coinbase, no, you could, but you buy fractions of it.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
You know what you should invest in, and everyone should invest in. Listen
Coors
here.
Light?
No,
Oh.
well, yes, that too.
Okay.
Here's are the wisest words I'm ever going to tell you. Something that you should take from the show. Okay,
Buy
ready?
low.
Here we go.
Buy low, sell high.
No. Hold on.
Sorry.
The one thing you should invest in is porn, because porn is always going to be a thing. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your words of the wisdom for the night.
God.
Invest in porn. Because I tell you what, I watched a musical, and I forgot what it was called, Avenue Q. No, it was Avenue Q, and this guy invested in porn, and he was a millionaire. It's
probably not a bad move.
Because what's going to happen? Porn is like, I cannot think of something
But
to where...
it's not mainstream anymore. There's too many...
Lies.
There's too many... Like,
Lies.
You're not seeing the Adult Superstore or the Lion's Den.
No.
They're not making money.
No, because
neither is any of the other main
I'm
industries.
talking the websites.
They're not making money either.
Bull fucking
You can go
shit.
on your phone right now. I could look up titties right now for free on Google
the web-
Images.
No, listen here, boy. You can't just be looking
For
at titties.
free. I could look at
Yeah.
titties all day for free
And
on
you can
Google Images.
go on certain websites that I don't know the name of. Let's just say Pornhub, and it's still free, and you're watching porn.
Yeah. So what's the deal? Why are they
get
making money?
because they have advertisements.
Some of them do.
So invest in that because listen here, they do.
There's too many people with
Sociologists-
cameras
hold on.
now.
Yeah, you're right about that. Sociologists do studies of Pornhub. This is no joke. And they see like how certain events like the Super Bowl
Yeah.
or like Christmas affects people. And they still have
whacking it, and they're like, I need to go
millions of-
fucking buy my mom a gift.
Oh, I gotta open my Christmas gifts.
Thank
God
God.
damn it! I gotta
Kohl's
take both
25% off. All right, man.
But I'm telling you, dude. Row.
I don't
Let us know if porn is a good move.
Here's the thing.
Here,
I don't
hit me
think
up.
it is. It's gonna be like one of those. It's gonna be like TV
When is it gonna go obsolete?
because everyone can shoot a porn if they wanted to, and people can post their own porn pages on anything.
Right, but Pornhub
It
is the
won't.
one where everyone. Me and Johnny very disagree.
I
on
don't know.
this one.
I don't think it's a sound investment. I definitely don't think it's gonna be. It doesn't make as much. Playboy, perfect example.
Playboy. Yes,
They don't even have a magazine anymore. They're just
No,
a website
because
now.
it's all online.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're not
man.
making money like they used to. The porn industry isn't as big as it used to be because everyone has a phone. Everyone's got a camera.
Yeah,
I could go on Snapchat right now and look up.
I don't want to know what you and Rose sent to each other. Okay,
I could look up
We're
like a
past
nude
that.
Snapchat page and just follow it. I swear to God, you can do this on every fucking platform and just follow like a porn page, and it's free, and I could see naked dudes or girls all day if I wanted to. And I'm not paying a thing for it, but I get what you're saying with the advertisements.
I think it's bigger than you think, dude.
It might be. I don't know. I don't think it's
Listeners, let us know because me and Johnny are not going to agree on
we're
this
at a
one.
crossroads on this one here.
And not that we've done, none of us have done any research. I
No,
just think it's
that's
something.
honestly true. I don't
I watched
know
the
either.
musical, and the guy invested in porn, and boom, he's a millionaire.
And now he's
So-
making. It's actually Hugh Hefner, the guy in the musical.
R.I.P.
Jesus Christ, guys! Thank you for joining us on our 22nd episode of the Cyber Shindig podcast. We hope you had fun. We had a fun night. We're shooting this kind of later in the afternoon or in the evening.
Yeah.
God, not in the afternoon. I wish, but in the evening because I had.
He was too busy killing
I was
animals.
out there taking lives of doves. It'll be worth it when they're sizzling on the grill top, though. I'm gonna give Mike some. I'm gonna cook some up when you and Mal are around.
That's
next.
basically porn right there.
We'll have a boating day, and I'll cook some wild game up for you guys.
Nice.
It'll be great.
That'd be cool.
If you haven't called into the podcast yet, call us at 219-552-1128. Email us, cybershindig@gmail.com. Find us on fucking iTunes, rate and review. That'd be great. We'd love it. Stitcher Radio, we are now on it. And you can find us on SoundCloud as well if you don't have an iPhone and don't like Stitcher.
We are everywhere.
We are wherever you can listen. We're going to be on YouTube too. I'll post this on YouTube, this episode, just for Judy.
Just for Judy.
She's the only one who watches us on YouTube. Her and Matthias sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
But,
They say it's easier, and I can see
I
that
love
too.
watching podcasts.
Yeah.
Honestly. I do.
Just because it's the same thing, but when you're listening, I feel like if you're just listening to something, you have to be doing something too.
Exactly.
It's hard to just like sit down and listen to something.
I love just watching podcasts like before I go to bed and stuff. It's fun. It's a good time. So I'll post this on YouTube tonight, or not tonight, probably this week. It's like 11 o'clock right now, and Mike and I both have to work tomorrow. But Mike, where can the lovely viewers and listeners of the Cyber Shindig podcast find you?
I've still yet to change my name.
What?
So it's still that _Slytherin _lad.
That's
misspelled.
Slytherin lad.
I am going to change it to Lynn's suggestion of the ___.
Do it.
I'm going to. It's one of those things. I'm so lazy with little things. Like little tiny things that take a moment to do.
That's why like this podcast is like doing that, like all this shit, like the posting and stuff. I'm like, man, I could be posting a lot more on our Instagram. And stuff. I'm like, nah, it's all good.
Got to be on Snap Chat Roulette.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
I'll probably hit that up tonight.
Before we leave, I do want to say that I was watching something on a podcast, and they said to do bars on a guitar. They were on Chat Roulette.
Yeah,
and they saw a dude with a beaker on his hand.
Oh,
one of those beaker. And he said that's really
slide.
good for slide.
He's playing slide. Yeah, I've seen guys do it with like Coke bottles, anything glass.
Yeah.
Anything.
I thought of you as like, shit, I got to mention that to Giant before on the podcast.
Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, man. There's a lot of big musicians. Dwayne Allman, one of like the biggest slide guitar players from the Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
Started playing with like a bottle, like a Coke bottle.
That's so wild. That's cool, man.
Pretty sweet stuff.
But where can they find you, buddy?
Oh, they can find me on Instagram at Johnny.Goodrich. Find me on Twitter at Johnny Goodrich. Snapchat, Johnny Goodrich, all lowercase, all one word. You can find the podcast on Instagram at Cyber Shindig Podcast?
Yes.
Cyber Shindig Podcast on Instagram, Cyber Shindig Pod on Twitter, and on Facebook, just Cyber Shindig Podcast. Go there and you'll find links to different videos for YouTube, all that good shit. We're probably going to come out with some kind of merch eventually here. I think me and Mike will probably buy like the first few shirts just to see if they're worth it.
Yeah.
Because there's some cool shit that we were looking at. Shirts, knapsacks, fanny packs. Condoms. You know, it says don't
shoot loads.
Don't shoot loads into your loved one. I don't fucking know what I said.
Into your loved
Don't
ones.
shoot loads. Don't be shooting loads.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I want to get some swag for us. There's hats. There's all sorts of cool shit that we can do. The internet's great.
Yeah.
So keep an ear out for that. Thanks for joining us on our 22nd episode, guys. We'll see you next time on the Cyber Shindig Podcast.